のか本当に楽しみ
Sí
で
se
す。
está escuchando, ¿no?
Pokemon is something that we all enjoy together, and the World Championships are one of the most exciting moments for us. The event is about to begin, and I can't wait to see who will be crowned our new World Champions.
皆さんの健闘を祈っています。
Wish you all the best of luck in your battles.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
Vale, prácticamente nos agradece, ¿no? Vale, lo malo que está todo está en japonés, ¿no? Bueno, esta habla en inglés, ¿no?
Go players are with me as an in-game event will be starting later today that features the debut of Passimian, Pikachu appearing in his World Championship jersey, and other activities to celebrate our event this weekend.
¿Será el próximo en entrar? El tipo planta que era como un gorila. Angelito, se te escucha muy bajo, ¿eh?
¿Ahora me escuchas?
Now,
Sí.
everyone who qualified and everyone who has ever
Solo me pongo
competed in a World
el micro para hablar
Championships
cuando hablo
is
sobre un
trying
juego,
to
pero
make themselves into something
cuando estoy así
more
normal,
and achieve the
un
status
poquito.
of becoming a Pokemon legend. That's what we based our upcoming First Worlds theme around, and it's called Legendary. Competitors here in Yokohama, get ready to report to your tournament area right after this. I hope you have a great event. Let's kick off the first day of the 2023 Pokemon
2023.
World Championship.
Pokémon World Championship. Vale, a ver, aquí nos van a presentarnos, a ver.
¿Quién Perú gana?
¿Tú crees? Algún día, Angelito, el próximo año nos presentamos, ¿no?
El otro año tengo más tiempo. Este año poco tiempo. Igual. Sí, sí.
Lo que yo me pregunto, ¿irán con dispositivos móviles para jugar? ¿O cómo lo harán? ¡Hola! Pero es que quizás animaciones que pegan.
Dice que sí va a ir.
¿Quién?
Siempre dice así. Me dijo Chip que te diga aquí que se va.
Que sí va el próximo año. Nos vamos. Nos vamos. El sueño, cumplimos el sueño.
Hola Kana, 3 le regala unas papitas y un Pikachu con una marucha.
Ahí está. La intro está bastante chula, ¿eh? No, me está que me gusta bastante la intro de este año. Legendary. Lauliet, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido. Perdona, no te había visto. Comando speech para que puedas hablar. Estoy que reacciono aquí al World Championship día 1.
¿Ya habló por Comando Speak?
No, están que me hablan desde YouTube.
¿Estás en YouTube?
Sí.
No avisa. A ver.
Pokaville.
Welcome to the 2023 Pokemon Unite World Championships from sunny Yokohama.
Ahí está, ya empieza el sonidito ya, ¿no?
We are live here at the Pacific Coast Center in, of course, Yokohama to crown a champion of Pokemon Unite this year. One of the most competitive years that we have had yet in Pokemon
Vale,
Unite.
ya se empieza a escuchar el Pokémon Unite, ¿no?
Teams fighting over that title on what is an incredible main stage. The energy in this venue is already off the charts, and I cannot wait. Groups from all around the world are here to represent their regions, and of course, we are here to break down all the action. My name is Zoinks, joined here
¿Qué tal,
by
Lauliet?
Wonder Chef.
¿Sí te
How you
gustó
doing today,
los videos, dices, no?
I am so excited.
Perdona
This
que no
community's been
diga
together through
respondido.
thick and
Vaya,
thin
vete, ya
this
empiezan,
season.
ya
This has been the
empiezan.
most exciting season of the Unite Championship Series, and it's all
Team Perú,
coming
Team Perú,
down
Team Perú.
to this. We're
Team
going to be
Perú de
crowning at the
vacuna.
end of this weekend our second
Ya, ponga ahí
Unite
Team Perú,
World
Team Perú.
Champion. But if anybody wants to know or doesn't know how this format is working out for this weekend, we've got an explainer for you.
Roland's going for a hero play. Trainer starting through. Buzzwell takes it. But they couldn't stop either of them. 500 points. Somebody's points in. That goes in. That goes in.
Hello, trainers.
Poca
Join us
vida.
as we cover the format
Twitch
for the
dice.
Pokemon Unite World
Por cierto, Kana,
Championships in
¿no se te
Yokohama,
antoja una
Japan.
Maruchan con temática de Pokémon
Over the past
acompañadas de
season,
unas Cheetos
players from
Flaming?
all over the world have competed at the highest
Puede ser,
levels
puede
in their
ser.
regions to qualify. Each competing region will be sending their best teams to represent them on the world stage. High stakes will test the resolve in the most anticipated tournament of the year. On the first day of the World Championships,
Vale,
teams
día
will be sorted
1.
into
A ver, a
groups,
los equipos.
then face off in round-robin
Vale, la
matches.
primera ronda.
The best teams from each group will advance forward. This
Son
takes us
varios,
into the
son
second
bastantes,
day,
¿no?
Where the top teams from day 1 will battle through a double elimination bracket, all the way to the grand final.
Hoy son varios, ¿no?
Everything is on the line here, as the winning team can look forward to being crowned the world champions, as well as take the lion's share of the $500,000 prize pool. All of the best teams are eager to prove themselves in Japan. Who will ultimately win? Will there be any surprises? Comeback stories? You never know what'll go down. Be sure to tune in and find out.
Yo me
We
voy al
have
toque si pierdo
gathered
pelea.
champions here today, but we can only crown one by the end of the weekend. And of
Medio
course,
millón.
there's a long road to doing that. Wonder Chef, why don't you break that down for the people about how we are going to get to that point?
Oh, that's right. Of course, we are going to be starting today here with an 8-group round robin. Now, each of these teams is going to play against every other team within their group. The single team in each group with the best results is making it to tomorrow for the finals bracket. It's going to be best of 3. 8 teams are going to make it. Like I said, one
Yokamimo, ¿qué tal?
double elimination,
Hola, estoy en
where
YouTube.
eventually, at the end, we will
también estás
be
en
having
YouTube.
a best of 5 to decide who our
A ver, no
champion
son otros
will be.
pitches, ¿no? ¿Por
And
qué no
in
son los
addition
pitches?
to crowning a champion, we are
Poca
also
vida.
awarding a
Ahora,
whole
ahora.
lot of prize pool.
Ahora estoy en Twitch XD.
$500,000 on the line, with first place taking home a grand prize of $100,000. The stakes could never be
La
higher. And
miércoles.
because of that, we actually brought along some
Vale,
extra
estos son los
help.
rangos, ¿no? Que van a llegar
Welcome to the
$10,000
show,
casi,
Kello
casi
Soares.
todos,
Thank
¿no?
you so much for joining us.
Hello, Zoinks and Wonder Chef. It is wonderful to be here. I'm hyped, you're hyped, the crowd is hyped, but also those trainers from home are also hyped. So I cannot wait to see how today pans out.
$100,000 a la
And it's going to be
miércoles.
so exciting from start to finish. Let's take a look at the first 4 groups that we have here today. A, B, C, and D rounding out our first 4. And of course, a whole lot of talent packed into just these 4 groups.
That's right, and you'll notice that there are regions next to each of these teams. The regions have been split up within their groups, so the only way they're going to be playing against each other early is if they end up doing very well, and then at that point, it's a problem that you like to have. But you can see the second half of our teams here, Group E, F, G, and H. And
Vale,
let
a
me
ver,
tell you,
vamos,
these
vemos en los
groups
primeros
are
equipos. A ver, no me di cuenta de los
absolutely
equipos. A ver,
terrifying,
para ver
H,
los
and let me
equipos.
tell you, like
No me digas
each
que Perú
of-
baja primero.
Also
Ponte el
hyped.
grupo
A ver,
A.
a ver, a ver, a ver, espérate.
A, B,
Grupo
C,
A,
and-
vale, Grupo A sí juega Perú primero. Secret Ship, Team Star y Joven.
Team
Grupo
rounding out our
Z.
first 4. And of
Hoy
course,
Team Perú
a whole
juega
lot of
primero.
talent packed into just these 4 groups.
Juega primero.
doing very well, and
To,
Vale, vale.
Very safe.
¿Eran por puntos o por
we have
pierde
Peru
eliminado?
from Latin America South.
No he entendido, pero son
Japan,
3
Team
combates
Greece,
al parecer.
Korea,
Es decir,
and
primero
Latin
son los combates
America
entre
is
ellos,
Owen, the second
luego
seed,
entre
very,
los
very
ganadores
solid group. And we're gonna start off
y luego
with
entre los
Peru here,
perdedores.
an incredible
O algo así.
season all year
Algo
long.
así, no lo entendí bien.
Championship points, only having one
Pero
state
es que
worth,
está
performance here at the end of the year. But
bastante...
other than that, a dominant squad, but now it's their chance to prove it on the world stage
Voy a
against
escribir
so
mi-
many other
Lo malo que si
teams.
escribo en
that's
YouTube,
right. This
digo,
is going
en
to be
YouTube aparece
very
mi
cool
nombre
to see
completo.
all of these regions go up
Hola.
against each other. This is a great one to start.
Hola,
off with
hola,
this
¿qué tal,
group,
Ángel?
to see an example of that, because of course, the team Peru is
Ángel
fighting against very
Aliaga.
soon. One of them is Secret
Ya te doxié, ya te doxié, ya te
Secret
doxié.
is a team that, of course, is coming out as first seed out of Japan, a region that has been looking very, very strong in Pokemon Unite as of recently. I mean, I can think a lot of regions kind of are, but especially Japan.
Es que claro.
And so I'm very excited to see them in
Vale, este quiénes son estos. Vale, este es Team Secret Shield y Eternity, ¿no? Esta es la que ganó, ¿no?
I need to know if we can actually rate them 3 stars out of 3.
Me pregunto cómo jugarán aquí. ¿Tú crees que por el Rayquaza ganen varios?
No creo, no serán tan buenos.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Hoenn on this main stage. Absolutely. Second seed coming out of their region. However, the start of the season within their region was all of them. Hoenn was untouchable in the first few monthly finals. AOS Cup was the first slip up for them. But, I mean, a super, super solid team. Latin America.
No, será con Rayquaza. Rayquaza es el modo torneo.
¿Quién sabe, no?
Lo que sí será modo veto, ¿no? Vetando... Sí, el Mewtwo, el Sableye creo que ya lo pusieron.
El Rayquaza de
El Sableye está ahí, ¿no? El Sableye está ahí. Vale, del grupo A, está de preferido. A ver, estos son algunos, ¿no? Team Star ganando. Vale, Secret, pero no han puesto ninguno de Team Perú. Ah, sí, Team Perú, aquí está. Que ganó a Public Enemies. Vale, al parecer, a ver, tienen... No juegan con tanques, no juegan con tanques.
Ahí vi el logro.
No tenía el logro. Vale, esto es de la segunda, esto es de la clase B. Vale, tenemos a Rexboom, Exoclan. Vale, esto, a ver, este es ¿quién fue que fue a esto? Vale, en esto está Believers y Monster Sports, ¿no?
So much stage experience now, a Worlds, an EUIC event, and now here at Worlds again. This team comes with experience, they come with talent, but honestly, I think a lot of people credit their coordination and team play as the biggest strength.
Yeah, well, just a well-known team, of course, so really one that we're going to be looking at. But another team that I'm personally going to be looking at, of course, the final team of this is going to be Orangutan. You know, I was talking about the APAC, both the regions, for a good reason at the start of this group.
Prácticamente,
Orangutan as well, which is a
hay equipos que ni usan tanques, Mira, por ejemplo, mira este equipo. Saca Clefairy, el Wigglypuff, Matchup, a Glaceon y a Mew. Y ganaron, y les ganaron a un Urshifu, a un tanque, a un Eldegoss. Hoy ponen dos apoyos, ponen dos apoyos,
Bobo Believers. From Brazil, we have 0-0 Nation and OC region returning team iClan. So, obviously, iClan, they do have that stage experience. They've experienced Worlds last year, and I believe some of the players from 0-0 Nation also did too. But we obviously have those fan favorites, Tally, Bobo Believers, Zoinks. What do you think about this team?
I mean, there's so many people's prediction to be the champion at the end of this weekend.
Los frenan cada... Oye, a ese Urshifu lo han tenido, pero jodido,
Not only that, they are coming second place overall in terms of championship points for this entire event. So a lot of success following them there.
Wow, ese Urshifu lo han tenido al pobre jodidazo,
I mean, their playstyle is to win a whole lot from the start of the game all the way to the end of the game. A very competitive team, and well, they have that reputation for a reason. I'm excited to see Tally Bobo play this weekend.
I guess it's a pretty good playstyle, just to
win. Esports ganaron, pero por
if there is one team that I feel like stands a great chance against Tally Bobo, well, at least one of maybe 3 that really could be looking to take them down, it's 0-0 Nation. They are the team that has been dominant as well within their own region, and honestly, just being able to talk to them a little bit before the actual tournament started, I felt like their mental was so good. They're here, they're happy. They have been taking a little bit more relaxed and
usan
just
hasta
feeling
el
like they
Mr. Mind,
are
sí,
confident
usan
in
de
what
todo,
they've been doing, and for very good reason. They have been one of the most dominant
Por
teams.
ejemplo, este quien ganó,
overall
ganó
for the
Omega
entire season of
Esports,
UCS this year,
que es el de la
and for very
izquierda,
good
¿no?
reason. They're
Omega,
so
el
incredibly
azul.
strong. So already
Una
there's a reason why people
combinación
have
de
been looking at this group and saying
tanque, bueno,
this is kind of
prácticamente
the one
todas
that's
las
the hardest to
posiciones,
get
¿no?
out of. Of course,
Tanque,
they're all gonna be very difficult,
ofensivo.
but just having Taliboa believers,
De
Zero Nation, and
acuerdo,
Icon all in one group,
habilidades no han
like
llevado,
Helen
pero han llevado un
mentioned, lots
support,
of
¿no?
experience from
United,
Worlds
que es
altogether.
bastante daño.
Definitely, and that experience is going to
En
come
la
intact.
siguiente se
Obviously,
arreglaron
once
con
these
dos
teams are up on
tanques,
stage,
pero
the
¿qué
pressure
habían
is
llevado?
going
Les
to
logro
be
como
on,
support.
But you know what? It all comes down to that moment, that 10 minutes that we do have.
Absolutely. And a team that's made spoiler level plays like that before has been iClan, a team represented from OC, and they were here last year as well. Definitely made their own dreams happen, broke some dreams of other teams as well. iClan definitely
Por ejemplo,
the
este es
underdog of this group. I think that is fair to
También
say.
ganó
However, the
6-2,
talent
¿no?
they're coming into this tournament with is also immense. Untamed the great Chandelure play in
Pero estos gones ganan incluso perdiendo el Rayquaza. Ah, no, esta partida la perdieron, ¿no? Esta partida la perdieron. El grupo C está un poquito fregadito, no son tan buenos. Pero el grupo A, B he visto buenos. Vale, este es el equipo chino, ¿no? Vale, estos son los equipos chinos, Pero ¿quién ganó? Team Star creo que ganó.
And of course, that grand finals from them in the Korean home region looked fantastic. They looked really, really strong there.
Vale, la grabación de esta de acá fue muy baja.
I know we just keep kind of going back to talking about the regions in general, but I feel like it's so important. We have so many regions from across the world battling it out today. But Latin America North, I've gone on record saying that I feel like this may be Latin America or Brazil's
son los del grupo D,
kind
¿no?
of weekend right now. Like, we're going to see them pop off. I don't know who's going to win, but I feel like we're going to see a lot of these teams play very strong. And Fusion is, again, one of those teams.
Lo que me gusta es que usan cosas
de
metas fijas, los Pokémon más nerfeados, ¿no?
Oh, they have leveled up immensely indeed, but you know what? A team that leveled up.
Prácticamente es usar posiciones, ¿no? Usar bien sus posiciones, como uno tanquea, otro adelanta.
S-HPP.
Tienen que ir haciendo bastantes
para pasar a la
cosas.
siguiente ronda, 2 ganadas.
Yeah, that role swap for them has been really good, by the way, right? So Nudo playing a lot of different roles in their competitive history. However,
Pero veo que mucho usan al Urchifu y a Eldegos también usan bastante.
With a lot of experience and just a team that you can kind of trust, and it allows Trainer and Edfench to get to work, which is something I love to see from this team. I've talked about playstyles a lot. I think Amaterasu's got a very interesting one, but another one that we have to talk about that was the final team in this group of Rise Gaming. They are the second seed from the Brazil region. They were playing under a few different names, so the B-roll here saying that True Esports is this squad. You know, they just got to change their names too much. A bit of a Rolodex of a team. However, they were second seed coming out of this region, but so close against 0-0 Nation the entire year. Even in that regional finals, it came down to a bracket reset, Game 5 for 0-0 Nation to take down Rise Gaming. So these teams are so incredibly close.
Nosotros hacer eso,
they should be the champions.
podríamos hacerlo.
A little bit higher here at the World Championships.
Yeah, maybe that's the
Urchifu
secret
modo
to
oscuro,
being
Urchifu
hard to
modo
read. It's
oscuro.
like, how do you find VODs for a team that's played this season under 3 different names? It's like you have to just keep searching and searching and searching. You know, we'll see if that strategy works out, but I love to see all their name changes. Let's move on, though, to Group E with
TTV,
MJK, and
Twitch.
This is going to be one of my favorite groups to watch on a personal level.
El Urchifu porque seguro objetivo, sí, más que todo.
Our North American Regional Championships, winning the offline event at North American International Championships. A team that has been together for a long time. I would say one of the most consistently together teams over the course of the past 2 years, and for very good reasons.
Va a estar algo
Their draft strategy
complicadito,
in particular really got to shine at NAIC, and I'm really excited to see if they're going to have some very creative, especially bans, coming into this event.
Buenas
I
noches.
definitely think TTV are definitely one of the fan favorites, but one of the fan favorites from APAC West is Team MYS.
No Pokémon Unite.
Now, obviously, Rebongs and Yang, they have been here before. They
Ya,
did participate
¿y qué?
in London last
Estoy preguntando
year.
qué
I
estás
believe
haciendo.
they did come third from
No Pokémon
Renaissance.
Unite.
So we'll just have to see
estás
what
haciendo?
they bring to
Viendo el
the table
torneo,
today
estamos diciéndolo hace
and how they
rato.
pair up with their new teammates.
No estoy hace rato.
No te pasa por no pasarte
¿Ya
por
ganó Perú?
Twitch.
¿Ya ganó Perú? ¿Ya ganó
No,
Perú?
va a jugar primero, Va a jugar primero, No se sabe, a ver, veamos cómo reacciona.
Ya aposté por él.
Yo también aposté por él.
Pierde decepción,
dominant Pokemon. I'm talking about Urshifu, and their Umbreon play in particular looks world class. And that is
Al Mew también lo veo. Veo mucha combinación entre el Clefairy y el Jigglypuff, ¿no? Los dos juntos.
on the World Championship spot. I think it's going to be Team
Sí, es que nos parece
I
bien.
think all the
Ahorita,
Japanese teams
bien
are
un
going to be
rato.
very, very important to look at, regardless of where they play.
Veo mucha combinación con esos dos, ¿no?
But Team Peps, of course, the
Seibela
last
ya
of
también he
this
visto
group,
por aquí,
one
pero
of
igual
my
no
favorite
creo.
teams currently in the entire world. They have so much
S8UL
momentum coming in
HTTP.
from, of course, the European International
Es que
Championships.
Clefa le hace hard counter a la mayoría de
Very,
Pokémon.
very close. But they just seem like they have playing with so much
Sí, con
confidence.
gravedad
I was talking
puede
to Duke
ser,
Snacks
pero-
about it last night, actually, just how
¿Por qué con
fun they
Wigglypuff?
feel to watch, because they feel like they just never, ever question anything. Like they just are 100% ready to go at all times.
Es la mierda, donde el logro se la hizo el Rayquaza.
And they are so good at communicating that way. I feel like they may be one of the biggest sleeper teams, in my opinion.
Ah, lo quitaron justito el
Now,
escudo.
obviously, we have already gone through a lot of the teams today, but we are not finished just yet. We have to cover.
Vale, ¿cuántos
Group
grupos
F.
eran?
Now,
¿Cuántos
on
grupos
Group
eran?
F From APAC East, we do have Oma Abyssinian. We do have from APAC West, UD Vesawan, and
Oh, si hubiese sabido, hubiese
team
preparado
is
canchita,
Team White Team.
Hubiese preparado
Now,
canchita.
Looking at a Group F, obviously Oma Abyssinian being the number
comiendo mi
one
canchita ahora.
seed from their region.
Ese
We're going to
guión
have to see
HTTP.
what they bring to the table.
Twitch
But
dice.
Tempest, I
Yo hice mi
absolutely
canchita.
love their tanking maneuvers and their support.
Creo
that
que va,
they
por mientras que
provide.
van viendo esto, voy a hacer mi canchita ahora.
This tournament that is going to be very defender focused. So if you have a star level tank player, I think like OMO Abyssinian
Creo
does
que voy a
in
hacer mi
Tempest,
canchita,
I
quiero
think
mi
you are going to be in a great spot. So they're positioned extremely well in this tournament, but they are not the only team that is really formidable in this group. I want to talk about UD Vetsuwan as well. This is a team that also recently had a name change, getting picked up. They were Kakalak when it was coming to their regional finals, and
Quiero
while
mi
they only got
canchita.
third place in their region, I don't think that was for lack of talent. An extremely strong team. However, it is an extremely competitive region. APAC, I think, has been really the the story on the streets these days. I mean, there are a lot of rumors about APAC East and West about how powerful they are, and UD Vesuwan is definitely a part of that. They're large, and they're in charge, and they're going to be trying to make this group definitely their own. Well, exactly like you said, I think there are a lot of teams that, despite the fact they may not be the first or even second seed within their own regions, they are very, very strong. And all that matters is how you do today. That's the biggest thing. Well, today and tomorrow. This weekend, I should say. And I think another team that really encapsulates that is Team YT. They have had the most explosive results that we've seen. Of course, they did barely qualify in a very, very tough region, but they were able to show that they could take down literally the best of that region. Just
Creo que me va a preparar canchita por mientras que se va viendo.
Like I said, all that matters is
Me va a
what
perder mi
happens this weekend. And I
canchita.
feel like they've just been riding their momentum more and more. Again, an extremely fun team to watch. They
Me va a
can
apetecer la
always just bring,
canchita.
they're always bringing their comfort picks.
Es
They're
fácil.
flexing to some interesting stuff. Of course, you can see the Buzzwole right there.
Traduce lo que
Traduce
dice.
el narrador.
Vale, prácticamente están que comentan las partidas, ¿no? Prácticamente. En que hablan
Something
la...
I'm excited for. Obviously, we can see this previous gameplay here.
Prácticamente cómo juegan, van prácticamente con esto. Prácticamente es eso, ¿no? Prácticamente están que hablan que cómo se desarrollan en el juego.
I'm right there with you. Team YouTube, their uncharacteristic picks are very exciting, but they're a lot of fun. Now we are going to be transitioning next to Group G.
Vale, este es el grupo G.
Esports from India.
Creo que lo hace, ya. Cualquier cosa, escriban o me hablas, Angelito. Angelito.
S8UL Esports, the team from India,
Angelito.
a region that definitely didn't have the performance they wanted last year.
Me habla cualquier cosa, me va a hacer mi cachita. Ya vengo, voy a hacer mi cachita.
All Might, I think, is going to be the focus for this team. A player that has got worldwide recognition. A lot of people, when looking at this team, definitely calls this out as the player to watch, the kind of cornerstone of this team. And if S8UL Esports is going to have a big successful run, I think a lot of that, or a large part of that, is going to come from All Might's leadership on stage.
And based on the name, I'm assuming somebody that's going to be very happy to be in Japan here playing. But of course, past that, there's Time to Shine coming out of Europe. And I do have to say, Time to Shine, of course, being a previous qualifier, but not having maybe the most consistent season this time around. So they didn't really have a chance to shine in this current UCS season, but we know exactly how strong they are. So I kind of feel like this is their opportunity to have locked their team together, which is a big part, and just their strategies together, where it feels like they've been shifting so much, and sometimes, a lot of the time, been forced to shift over this current season, but now they've been together for a few months, they've been practicing for Worlds together, this might be their time to shine.
Look, talking about shining, we have to talk about the world champions from last year, Luminosity. Obviously, they took home that trophy. Will they be able to double it up? So, obviously, Luminosity, they are well known to us. Overlord, I know last year they played quite incredible Aegis Slash, so Lord of the Sword. Will we get to see that today? I don't know. But obviously, all of these players that we do have on these teams are very high caliber. They have been practicing, they have been scrimming, so we're going to have to wait and see what they bring today.
I can't wait to watch Luminosity on the main stage. I mean, their season has definitely been an interesting one. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. However, when they're coming into the World Championships, they're coming in that second spot, second at regionals for a very impressive performance. And honestly, Overlord looks really
a ver, aquí usan doble tanque, un daño,
it's always on the back of this star level player really popping off. And you can see it in every replay. Honestly, we should just call an ELG replay, just an Overlord replay, because every single time it's 3-4 KOs, just game-changing moments like that. And obviously putting a lot of resources towards that player, throwing a Comfey there for support, which honestly, I don't know how much Comfey we're going to see, but North America really like that play of just putting a lot of resources on one carry player and letting them take over.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm going to talk about this a lot. We're all going to talk about this a lot throughout the weekend, but having this offline experience
este combate lo ganó
very pressured at some
Luminosity.
stages is going to be
Este combate lo ganó
one of the most important
Luminosity a
experiences to have
TTV.
coming into this tournament.
A la mierda, cómo se paran los pendejos.
Nothing if you just end up not being able to follow through. So that's going to be one team, but we can move on to our final group.
Vale, en el H solo hay 3 nomás, ¿no?
Great way to close it out.
Como siempre, papi, Overlord.
North, Kumu, formerly known as Old Guys from APAC East, and then Oyasumi Macro from Japan, which is
Japan.
for 3-player team group. This is, I mean, it's great right now. But of course, we can start off by talking about Entity 7. And I know, Zones, you and I have put a lot of value into this team.
No, son la H es grupos, son grupos, los son divididos en grupos. Son los que están mostrando sus mejores partidas.
They did very, very well, but just in general, I said it before, I said it again, I feel like this region is just going to have a great weekend.
Look, one team that I have my eye on is Kumu. They are a bunch of old guys, and it just shows that Pokemon is good for all different ages. So, obviously, we do have Thorfinn on there. They have played some quite incredible attacker roles. I am excited to see whether they bring Chandelure on the stage today.
Yeah, I'm excited for Oyasumi Makaro as well, though. I mean, obviously having a recent change into this group is a bit of a wrench in the mix. However, Oyasumi Makaro, I think collectively known, is one of the strongest Japanese teams that we have ever seen in the history of Pokemon Unite. Yes, they may have got fourth in their regional championships, but for them to still have that credit thrown at them from the community, I think says a lot. This team is going to be so good, and of course, they have the star player from last year, Mame, on this squad, and I can't wait to see them in year 2 as well. It's going to be a great game, and obviously, that's going to bring us to the end of our groups. Finally, after a marathon of all of these teams, we get to watch all of them play today on stage. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. Any thoughts here on groups, Jeff?
I don't know. I mean, I think this is going to be the most kind of up in the air that we've ever seen at an event, because there's been more times since this Worlds where the meta has shifted than any other event. We've seen every region really change up their style, especially this year with the addition of draft. It is just all completely different. Literally any team from any region pop out and kind of solve the meta. I don't know if there's actually a solve, but find that one little weird thing that's just going to throw everybody else off and win the weekend. So it's completely up in the air to me.
It's going to be great. Kello, any thoughts on groups before we jump into our first game?
Look, as you said, there are so many groups, but obviously only one of each team can come out of those groups. So who is going to be able to face up that chopping block and survive?
Yeah, good point. It's going to be OC all the time, right? All right, and she didn't say that for real, though. We are going to be jumping into our first game very shortly. So Kello, I'm sorry, we're going to say goodbye for right now, but don't worry, everyone. Kello is going to be breaking down the games all day long, all weekend, as we have an incredible tournament to find our champion. I cannot wait. Kello, we will see you very soon.
Thank you.
And we are going to be talking about our first game of the day. It is going to be TTV versus MJK on that main stage. I cannot wait. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. I can't wonder, Chef, what are you thinking about this first match?
I am honestly so excited that the very first thing that we get is the chance to see teams from kind of really opposite regions, right? We're going to see teams from the east of Japan, of course, and then teams from the west and North America. This is one of the full, I would say, regional matchups that I'm most excited for. And of course, we can start off talking about TTV, like I mentioned just very recently, champions from the North American International Championship. And can we talk about, for the first time of the day, those jerseys, man?
Unreal. Definitely the drip has leveled up a whole lot. You can see the regional colors actually mixed in with the jersey accents. It looks amazing. And of course, TTV sporting them, looking very, very fine in this tournament. I can't wait. I mean, great season from TTV. And here they are on stage. Some grand representation from Inder on the stage. I love it. Of course.
A la mierda, mira lo que ha hecho, mira lo que ha hecho. Ah, vale, pero van con mandos, van con mandos. Vale, vale, van a jugar con Switch, ¿no?
But Inder has been leading the squad for quite some time. They are not alone there on stage, though. We got Team MJK from Japan on stage as well. It's going to be a great matchup.
Pero yo he visto a Team Perú, Team Perú juega con...
In particular, Japan, one of those early game team fight composition teams that I talked about.
Ahí se viene, chao, chao.
Showcasing that, but TTV, one of those
no,
teams that's
sí, en celular, ellos juegan en celular,
game scaling Pokemon, like that Venusaur, even the Goodra we've seen from time to time. So some dedication towards that late game versus that early game team fight focus from MJK is going to be very, very interesting in our first game.
I agree. This is going to be, I mean, it's so cool. You know, I feel like that usually we get to talk so much about like what we've seen from experience from teams.
¿Quiénes van a ser los primeros?
¿Quiénes van a ser los primeros? One of the day, and this is already the first one where it's like we've seen the styles from each different team, but what's it going to be when they actually clash? And there's no better way to figure it out than starting off the first game of the day. And we're going to get into the draft.
Ahí está. Oh, ¿Zacian está en el este?
Team. This is very different from the previous year Worlds, and you can see the bands looking like it's going to be Umbreon from TTV, and the other side is going to be Lapras. That's going to be first pick on the left side team, then 2 for the right side team.
That big call out already. I was talking about how I think MJK's Umbreon play was what really set them apart, and it had a great season. So double defender is going to lead into that first pick of the Inteleon. This Pokemon has been so strong in recent practice. And what is MJK going to try to bring to the forefront against it? A first pick last week is no surprise. And we have
encuesta dónde está el
here on our
ahora.
for the first time this year.
Oh, that's very interesting. Actually, surprisingly, of course, Zessian doing very, very well in the entire season in rank, for example. But a lot of teams have actually not valued it super highly. So to see it as the first pick, that is definitely maybe a regional thing. But oh yeah, the Comfei coming out. On the other side, of course, we have the Hoopa and the Slowbro. I just got to mention that. It's a very strong meta pick from TTV. But the Zessian Comfei is a classic for MJK.
Yeah, we're going to double commit to that solo carry strategy on the side of MJK. TTV instead bringing an interesting strategy. We're going to have a Buzzwole and an Espeon, which is actually going to be playing Central. So Lutano going to be bringing that Pokemon into the Central area and allowing Otter to have the Espeon in the bottom half. We're going to have a lot of early game presence from both of these teams, but I think most importantly, TTV needs to get Celestia to that level 5. That is a big benchmark for them.
Yes, I think this Buzzwole
Sí,
pick
sí,
is so
MJK es como se llama, es de Japón, son japoneses. Y es Norteamérica, ¿eh? Norteamérica.
You can take out 2 members at once. If everybody jumps on it once with the burst damage to this team, I think it's very, very possible. So I think this is an excellent pick. Not one that I've seen as much from TTV, but of course we're not the only ones here today. Let's send it over to our casters, Spriggles and Doob Snacks, to take away game number 1.
Here we are, Doob Snacks, Yokohama, Japan, for the first game of our Pokemon Unite World Championships. Let's freaking go!
Wee, Spraggles! I am so excited. We found our way to Japan. I ran here. I don't know if you saw that. I ran the entire way, straight up.
I was super impressed seeing that from you. That's really incredible.
The battle drums went off. The war is going on Eos Island today, and I am ready to go. So are these teams, and we got Zacian in the mix for the first opportunity to get locked in immediately.
Let's go, TTV, let's go, TTV.
Pumped. We got Let's Go TTV out there in the stands. We start our game number 1. TTV from North America, your purple team.
Vamos a ir viendo, ¿verdad?
Japan, your orange team. Woo! Yeehaw to you and yours. Let's get this thing started. Inteleon heading into that central area for the side of TTV. It's the first time we're seeing Inteleon inside of a tournament. It's the first time we're seeing Zacian inside of a tournament with a North American team playing. So really
just ways that Zacian was released, Comfey on top of it. Right as it was released, that was kind of the go-to combo, and we're seeing it here live on the world stage. In front of it, though, a Hoopa and a Buzzwole looking to
por el otro lado que tenemos, a ver. Por MJK tenemos a un Zacian, a un Urshifu, modo oscuro. Es el oscuro, ¿no? No, fluido, sí, el oscuro. A un Mew, es fluido, ¿no? Es fluido, güey. Vale, el Mew y al Squirtle y un Comfey, ¿no? Prácticamente, vale, vemos que la parte de abajo está el Urshifu, el Mew.
There it is, and they're going in, they're going to charge up. They're a little rapid strike action back and forth, taking a good crop of that for MJK. So, I mean, they're doing good on the experience. TTV keeping up, though, not doing too bad.
TTV looking pretty good right here.
Mira, Hoopa le hace hard counter al Mosquito y nadie lo usa. Digo,
Vale, van a rotar. A ver, aquí viene del otro lado.
Also the fear of the portal. The Comfey kind of getting plucked up by the Buzzwole, jumping right back on Lakaba, who's going in with the rapid strike Urshifu, who has great movement, going to be able to target a little bit, and of course poaching the wild Pokemon is Celeste there to make sure that they can at least get experience if they can't get the KO.
Beautiful
mira, si te das cuenta creo que en dos han hecho jungla porque Luminosity solo tiene un bufo, mira.
And at the same time, TTV making sure that they could secure that wild Pokemon experience throughout this fight, so they can keep level parity right here. So you got that Sacred Sword Zacian moving on in to secure a lot of that strength out there from Inteleon. Massive amounts of damage coming out from the side of TTV.
¡Hola! El Inteleon, ¿cómo se lo fusiló al Super Zacian?
No lo vi.
What is Lutano's got that third eye, got that inner sight going, finding them all and knocking them all down. K openers 2 ways in the hands of TTV.
Beautiful stuff from TTV right here. There are a few builds that are amazing on Inteleon. A lot of players choosing liquidation. But as we can see, I mean, Lutano is an absolute sniper for the side of TTV.
Lo pongo en Discord para que ustedes lo puedan ver y comentar conmigo.
MJK getting aggressive once again, but a sniper almost takes out
Back there low on HP, but there's no commitment out of NJK to try and
Oye,
get that KO.
oye, pero ese ataque casi nadie lo usa, ¿no? A la miércoles, hombre, un hit nada más.
Once again, slow beam, it's going to be there, but Zugruk knows
que es muy difícil atinar.
for this team, and the fact that the rest of the team's already working on Red Eyes, that spacing is going to happen.
Uy, 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 se lo veo, le cambió.
It's slow, bro, doesn't matter. Nice little pop shot of the Phantom Force on the Zacian, who can't get it in time.
Ala, el Inteleo.
Bang, Zacian down again, and TTV is getting huge out here. Montano says welcome to the Guac Bowl. You getting slashed up, mixed up. Unite, move on to the Urshifu.
No pueden hacer nada, prácticamente le baja bastante.
No hacer nada, porque están atacando todos son de lejos, pues. Y tienen al slow y el fútbol para poder patearlo.
¡A la
mierda!
A la miércoles.
Lo te mata a tryhard.
Como en Dota un Rampage. A la mierda.
Mira, una penta clasificatoria. Digo, el torneo.
Clasificatoria, su angelito en mundo real. Su angelito. Es que lo bueno de eso es que no tienen medallas, pues eso lo hace más justo para todos. No tienen medallas esto.
Mejor PIK a los TTV se notaba a leguas.
Mira, el cabrón está esperando ahí.
Bueno, creo que me compro Interior después. Ya me compro a la gordita.
Serves through, comes through, tries
to como digo, pues, tienen que haber practicado, pues. Y si te das cuenta, todos los que son defensas y support tienen repartir experiencia, todo. Ajá.
¡Ala! Pobre mío, lo sacaron a la mierda. Es que desde lejitos nomás el pendejo, que no tiene que hacer nada más, desde lejos.
Eso de estar de lejos nomás
y ya está, nada más. Los demás tienen que aguantarles.
Es un pollo mejorado.
Vale, el Urshifu está cagado, así que tiene que ir a Torres, ¿no?
Y el Urshifu no puede hacer nada, ¿sabes por qué? Porque tenemos al Slowbro ahí, porque lo está cagando.
No, yo por todo que aquí en torneo no sirve mucho las pesas, cuando no te la dejan matar.
Ready to bring the team down Avengers style with that Unite.
Yeah, and it's only going to get tougher for MJK to take engagements here because that slow bro has a slow beam, and that's a great engagement. We're going rings unbound, we're trying to protect this goal zone. We're throwing the fists out to stun him down. Where's the team follow? Nice go back the other way. This is leaving this Regis deal all over for MJK. Great security, they're getting experience, but the fight rages on. Because really what TTV wants to do is insulate this goal zone. Nice little stun. They take out the view between the hops right on time, and Zacian, who is out like a thief in the night.
Once again, MJK, with some excellent positioning in that fight. They were not able to win on the KO perspective, but they kept themselves in front of the objective.
Bueno, en nivel ganó ventaja el
TTV could not get it. Still, TTV in a commanding
todos son nivel 10 ya. En el otro lado también ya todos son nivel 10 ya.
Nosotros en ese ahí somos nivel
8. ¿Cómo se llama? El que es más alto del equipo de los MKJ es el Urshifu. Y el de los TTV es el Inteleon con el fútbol.
To back, buy some time, line up some snipe shots, get big KOs.
Pero el Espion también,
On the other hand, MJK is just taking individually powerful Pokemon that leverage certain things and trying to use that
Mira cómo se meten como si nada. Mira, y el Inter, ¡ala! No se fusiló al blanco, huevón.
Lo matan. Aguanta, el pendejo, aguanta.
El Inter no se fusiló al blanco.
Finally able to get more points in. Yeah, really nice stuff here from MJK, and they are coming back into this game. That Compe bouncing around perfectly inside of that engagement, making sure that Urshifu could survive long enough to pick up some big KOs.
Ya pasaron 8 minutos de partida, ya. ¿Cómo pasaron 8 minutos de partida?
La diversión, hermano.
Ay, ¿cómo pasaron tan rápido 8 minutos de partida? Ni me di cuenta.
Mira el Urshifu.
Ya no queda nada, ya. El objetivo de arriba lo van a intentar hacer, no creo. Sí, lo van a intentar hacer.
Yeah, because the Urshifu was able to get quality KOs there in that bottom path exchange, it is now the biggest thing on the map, and they need to get behind that Rapid Strike Urshifu and make big things happen. By Otter on the Regieleki, just to give themselves a different problem to have to deal with on the side of MJK.
Now, MJK actually in a decent
por mal de ojo. por mal de ojo, porque mal de ojo, agarras al Link de León, pum, ya lo cagaste. Agarras al Espo, pum, ya lo cagaste.
Dejaron entrar.
Es que sí, porque no importa 50 puntos apenas que sean. Si en el medio de ahí sí cagamos, pero...
Van a intentarlo hacerlo rápido,
Sí o sí tienen que matarse con él y quieren ganar.
Pues no le confías.
Ay, la mierda, le bajó casi la mayoría de la vida hoy.
Por eso es que...
No pueden hacer nada, no pueden hacer nada prácticamente,
Que todos los jugadores son de melee, pues, por eso.
Oye, pero el Inteleon hasta ahora no ha tirado Unite, creo,
No, pues, ya le metieron presión,
No, ya perdieron.
Ya se están flipeando. ¡Híjole, tu momento! ¡Inteleon, róbatelo!
Va a cargar, va a cargar, espera. Va a cargar. No, muy tarde el pendejo.
They got those Hundo burgers on the menu. They just got to get that thing in. Zashin's buying some time.
No, ya la perdí. Ya. Iban dominando toda la partida.
But we win it on the scoreboard, baby. Let's get it.
MJK raiding points in right now, but it's still not over. 327, 256 more points rated for MJK. They are putting them into the main goal right here, and they're taking a KO on Lutano. Inteleon goes down right here. And is just cleaning it up right here.
Pero mira que los han cagado al inicio. O sea, aunque tenían estos todos murieron.
No veo mis puntos.
Ya, le remontó los MKJ. Pero ¿cómo te quedó? ¿Cómo te quedó el otro Sebas? A ver, dijo, le voy todo al TTV y punto. Sí, apostó todos sus puntos. 1000 puntos apostó.
La mierda.
1000 puntos, vete a la mierda.
From MJK. What a start to our series, Doomsnacks.
Oh, man. Are you serious? I mean, TTV comes out of the gates, could not have asked for anything more out of a big time player like Lutano.
Los TTV han estado presionando bien al inicio.
Right out of the rip, and then MJK plays, stays in the pocket,
doesn't ahí no era que todos
hagan,
pero bueno.
Amazing stuff right here. Obviously, TTV in a commanding position through most of that engagement, but MJK with a massive fight here at the end of it. I can't wait to hear what our analysts think about this. Let's send this thing over here to Zoinks and Wondership to break it all down. Gentlemen, what a way to start our tournament. An exciting game between these two. TTV had that early game on lock, and then MJK come back with a major swing.
A ver, ¿qué ve que
Fun game to watch. I mean, stats-wise, looking good on both sides.
Bueno, aquí se le valió pega, no está aquí.
Helping MJK's knockout numbers. Oh yeah, honestly, we were watching from the stands, and it felt like this was a wrap at the even like 4 minutes.
¿Ustedes creen que es buena idea banear 5 Pokémon en vez de 1?
But it was just so dominant from TTV.
No, ya sería mucho.
MJK had such an incredible comeback, not just as far as of course securing that final Rayquaza, but just as far as actual strength.
Pero 5 si son muchos
things I got to point out early on was that we got to hear so many of the Japanese fans cheering for MJK to make the comeback, and then hey, guess what happened? That's the kind of level, that power up that you need. Yeah, that home crowd advantage helping. And honestly, I think MJK showing why they are here on the championship stage because of how they played their composition in that final team fight. TTV had almost no engaged tools whatsoever. Slow roll maybe, but that's getting you just a couple of meters in front of yourself. And other than that, Buzzwole, but you're such at risk for getting slammed by a Zacian or an Urshifu. MJK gets positioning early and just creates a tough wall. The poke damage is there for TTV, but the actual getting the bodies in there a little bit tougher. Let's take a look at the actual numbers though, because that's our specialty. A lot of damage on this screen. 91,000 damage for Lucapo. Oh my gosh, that has to be the name of the game.
game. The Zacian, you know, it was shut down pretty strongly early, and I think that's a big reason why it looks so tough for MJK, but Lucapo just altogether
no, es que no entró al final al portal. Si hubiese entrado al portal, sí, porque no entró al portal.
But here we can take a look at the highlights from that first match.
What a way to start things off with a
huge turnaround. Yeah, TTV kind of surprising
Oigan,
me
pibes,
with
¿cómo
Inteleon's
se hacen
central
cuesta?
area pick, but obviously the value is here at the start. And Reggie Ice secure, and after that it was secure in the rest of MJK. Lutano puts up 2 in this first initial engagement, and that counts all the way up to 5 by the end of it. A Penza KO in our first game of Worlds? Are you kidding me, Chef?
At the
7-minute mark, and then that team doesn't win the game. This is, I'm
seriously, I'm sorry, we're so blown away. And like, this is a taste of what we're going to be experiencing this entire weekend. And the game is just never over. That is such a great thing about how this game has kind of turned out in a meta direction. And you can see here, this was a little bit of an aggressive push that did manage to help yeah,
here, right here, this was everything the big team fighted red. Look at that.
Pero cuando ocupa el portal, los demás se fueron a por el portal para poder cagarlo.
Urshifu and Zacian love when all those enemies are just grouped up together in small little areas. They can completely
esa parte
shut
no.
that down. Unfortunately, Tano not able to base there, and the shutdown just swings the other direction. That Rayquaza secure was huge with the follow-up gameplay from MJK.
El Urshifu le tenía ganas,
definitely on point.
I just gotta point out that I love their draft choices overall, where, of course, the Comfey on the Zacian is a very strong pick.
Ahora están diciendo que, ¿cómo se llama? Que Santos era mejor que Rico.
En realidad sí.
No, no es mejor.
Ah, no, tranquilo.
¿Cómo se llama el otro día en la web?
Lo siento, Kana, ya volví al stream. Estaba comiendo de chuche.
Provecho. Estamos viendo aquí. Ganó al final MJK.
Any differences this time around.
Wow, okay, game number 2, of course, the draft sides are going to swap up. Let's see if TTV wants to stick with that Umbreon ban like they did last time. It looks like we're having a bit of a split decision, but MJK with a bold decision to ban away the Leafeon, which has been extremely popular, but it's probably a Leafeon ban to grab a different top half Pokemon that they want to steal and make sure they have a good
yo voy con...
I wonder if it's going to be their first pick. There are
pudiste hacer la...
Wow, first pick Zacian. Even though
Mira, bañaron Leafeon ahora.
You can just tell already how highly they value that. And on the other side, it looks like we are going to be stealing that Urshifu away from MJK. It's a great choice, of course. There's extremely strong Urshifu players on the side of TTV and the Umbreon.
Wow,
yeah, ahora tienen Umbreon.
That Umbreon is giving MJK a chance for the slow growth.
Mira, ahora tienen Trevenant. Mira, ahora tienen Clefairy.
And Trevenant. So Trevenant obviously having a whole lot of kind of stunning abilities, Hornleech and Woodhammer.
Ahora ya no se van a arriesgar, ya ahora van a ir con todo.
Mira, si lo ves, tiene bueno, la verdad
es que TV gane 2 partidas,
sí. Pero TV ganó. No ganó MJ.
No, pero igual, no, pero es como mundial.
No, sí, pero es un BO3, es decir, al mejor de 3.
No, pero
tiene que ganar 2 partidas seguidas.
El quien gana si consigue el punto.
Sí,
no. Ah, bueno, sí.
So many hero plays. Like, you know what? If I'm not going to get snipe shot with Inteleon, I'm going to be able to snipe you.
Mira, yo voy por...
Yo creo que esta vez yo voy por TTV. Los veo más coordinados, más equilibrados que el otro. Lo malo que...
Oye, Kana, una pregunta, ¿tú tienes puntos ilimitados o cómo?
Team Perú, por cierto, Kana, no sé si te acuerdas de la tubera Quinova, la tuber que le daba gracia al pudín. Ayer dice que dijera algo super random XD.
¿En serio? It surprises all day for sure.
No, pero tú tienes puntos ilimitados.
But I'm expecting the Scyther as well. And now it's time to see how MJK plays Inteleon as we move into game number 2 of the set.
¿Que lo están viendo desde sus celulares? ¿Desde el Unete?
Game number 2, no. Snacks, obviously seeing this Zacian come back out for the side of MJK. Didn't really
¿Hay algún evento en el Unete ahora?
No, es que en el Unete te dan
why they're bringing it here into game number 2.
I think it's because it perennially offers up a challenge, right? Like, it's something that TTV has to frontline deal with, because it may not have had the best game 1, but it certainly was causing static and problems that needed to be handled. That's where I'm looking. However, I'm immediately seeing Zagrug on Umbreon. I'm seeing Lutano on the Venusaur. And what we can do is we can knock down a player into just a ring of sunlight and absolutely beam them down. And I expect to see that quite a bit here.
Por eso, pues, si MKJ gana, TTV pasa a las luces. MKJ pasa a la siguiente ronda. Y de ese grupo, el que pierda va a pelear contra el que pierda acá.
Scyther. I think, given the item loadout as they talked about, having that energy amplifier, it feels like they have a Scyther.
Ahora los perdedores van a jugar.
Eso, siempre en un mundial hay loser finals, winner finals, siempre hay esos.
Really deep right here on the side of MJK.
But what's that done? It's bought a ton of time for that Espeon to come online already for TTV. And the fact that they made it out is even more impressive here. That's just icing on top of the cake, and that's exactly what Zagrug was hoping to get, and they delivered. So a decent early start despite the lack of action for TTV.
And let me tell you, I always put icing on a cake. You
don't like dry cake?
I'm telling you, you gotta go with this icing, buddies. We get ready for the birds here at the 8:50 mark. Right here, we can see the evolution. We have the Dark Bear. A lot of that picked up from the side of TTV, but also a good amount here for MJK, as now that Zacian's level 5 missing with that empowered Sacred Sword.
Zacian's still trying to bully a little bit, but now that the Wicked Blow is online, they can put the pressure back. That's something that we've really seen. The west side of the planet, loving the Wicked Blow. East side of the planet, loving the Rapid Strike, and we're seeing that with both flavors already today.
We're gonna have to see if it's a west side story here in game number 2. Come on, I made it happen. We got there. We do have ourselves a Scyther, by the way. That's level 6, so it does not went over to the side of Scissor. That's going to be important for MJK so they can dive in and pick up some big KOs. This is Woodhammer almost takes out Shifu, and there comes the Zacian to pick up the KO.
Overextended and calculated aggressiveness back here by MJK seals up.
Trolear. Oye, estoy en un directo, no jodan.
Igual si follar en un torneo. So of course, a nice little KO.
A nice play here from MJK. They're in the central area right now of TTV, and this has been something we've seen from MJK in both of these games here. Just incredibly aggressive, always taking these fights, putting the pressure on TTV. And right here at the start of game number 2, looking a little stronger than they did at the start of game.
Nice little cotton ball on top, trying to secure that for the team without having to overextend. Of course, it goes the way of TTV, and that's what they were hoping, of course. But look at the pressure that the MJK is mounting in the bottom path here. King playing very well and playing very strong forward with the trade.
Al Trevenant lo va a aguantar.
They're just trying to buy some time for Lookable to engage. They go in, the wing beats come through, they can't quite get the KO. Finally, Ender shows up.
Oye, esta vez ha ido por...
There's the beam, a beam on top of the trade. Miracle Grow in that one, as they're forced to retreat a little bit.
Esa no tiene riesgo también. Mira cómo le pone el Scyther. Es lo que digo, pues tiene un Scyther. Mira cómo se mete ese. Mira cómo se mete ese.
No, es que Scyther con un Blitz es muy difícil de matar igual.
Y eso que también es que como hay 3 papeles. Porque la Blitz es full curación, no es full aguanto.
Igual Blitz aguanta un poco más que un ofensivo, pero no es para tanto así como un tanque.
Y esta vez el Lindeon no tiene el uso de disparo pero tiene el otro, tiene el disparo.
Mira cómo lo cubrió
A mí me gusta Inteleon con hidroliete. Es
chistoso.
Es como me debe 5 pesos.
Ahora no robata y hidroliete.
Ya, pero lo que te entiendo,
no me gusta el Crobata, la verdad.
Sí, es mejor el gancho.
Te da bastante crítico.
No, pero es que el gancho te da más movilidad, pues. Y con y movilidad en un ágil es campeonato.
No, ya podía. Te va muy mal.
Sí, muy mala Unite.
El único que está jugando bien en TTV es el Dinosaur.
¿Quién, Lutano? Lutano está cargando fuego, literalmente. Y Lutano con el bien de lo pasado les mató a todos.
Bien.
Le ven a tu sí.
No sé, el Dinosaur le está carreando.
¿Quién le apostó TTV?
Yo puse TTV nomás porque veo puro random con TTV en el nombre.
Es mi like. Puta, te que ver el stream atrasado.
Los están como encerrando en su propia jungla.
Sí, por fin finalmente se hizo Canon de zonear.
What the fuck, lo que eligió el Dinosaur. Eligió para generación en vez de Worm Overload.
No, no jodas.
No, ¿en serio? Oh, pero lo sacó la mierda. Se sacó la mierda al Sizer.
¿El Dinosaur lo eligió con Giga Drenado?
No, con Giga Drenado con Red Solar.
Pero eso es igual, es bueno. Bomba lodo es más como para gente sin puntería. Porque si sabes apuntar mejor aguante, por si te vienen a rushear.
Sí, pero no te cura nada con uno solo, pues.
No, pero con dos igual te cura un poco.
Sí, pero no creo que dos se vayan a hacer pocos, pues.
Él lo hizo porque sabía que... Creo que eligió eso porque sabía que iba a hacer poco.
Ese Umbreon está que aguanta, sí, el Umbreon está que aguanta bastante.
Se lo están flipeando arriba.
El sacian, pues.
El sacian. Me gusta Sacian, pero no la ulti.
Pero ¿con qué ha ido la... No,
lo está papeando.
Sí. Es que son japoneses, pues no fríos, los japoneses son más fríos.
Coreanos.
No, son japoneses.
Japoneses, coreanos, cualquier cosa que tenga los ojos medio cerrados es traición. Oye, pero está usando Sacian, es para bastante agilidad.
Bueno, que agilidad aquí te vas a ir porque el equipo te va a venir y pues va a venir sentido.
No sé. Hace rato que no uso Sacian.
Mira este punto, mira, ahorita va a venir el Blizzard con un punto y lo va a trotar.
Es Vasco. Twitch. No TTV. Tengo fe en la Voltis.
Tenemos fe en la Voltis, yo también tengo fe en la Voltis. Pero no.
TTV puede ganar nomás si logra hacer Rayquaza.
Sí, lo veo muy imposible. Porque como digo,
muy poco probable.
Muy poco probable
que el árbol y el Scizor con Sacian le usan sus ulti a Zoe, ya perdieron todos, porque son tres papelines. Y los chicos con los
Find where MJK is hiding, and they found one immediately.
Bien, bien, bien.
TTV found their mark and they cashed it in quickly.
Si el Dinosaur logra asegurar ganar.
TTV sees the Rayquaza as the objective they want.
Uy, uy,
pero on top of the Scyther. Another Scyther has to dive in the middle, double wing beat comes through, Solar Beam as well, Birdnager trying to unite on top.
El Uchifu asegurando.
4 players out for MJK. TTV seals it up, Celeste gets it for them.
And
holy smokes, what a bounce back by the squad.
¿Qué hace el
The
Umbreon?
NA team says there's still fight left in us here in Japan. And
no, ya, el Umbreon que se quiere anotar, pues.
Some burgers and get some points in right now. Nice little eject button into that Solar Beam.
Pero
And
no
here
te
comes
metas ahí,
100 points from the
Como cuando Rayquaza Unite hace lo suyo.
TTV with a commanding lead, 50 seconds left though. So MJK is not out of this match at all. However, there are still members of TTV with Rayquaza shields, and you can see the Umbreon moving across the map away from everyone else, picking up AO's energy, getting ready to score as MJK is looking to put in one last fight here at this bottom goal zone.
Son 30 segundos, son 30 segundos.
El Umbre aseguró el Umbre.
El Umbreon está haciendo lo suyo en la base.
Mira, y el que maten a todo porque se lo matan.
La miércoles, los equipos se los volvió.
Oye, el Umbreon 2 viste tenía 4 puntos y no se lo dejaron anotar.
La mierda, se murieron todos. Ay, la mierda.
What a beautiful series.
La comba.
Incredible back and forth play.
Mira,
As we can see,
mira su cabeza.
Hace rato lo he mencionado.
Taking an amazing fight there at Rayquaza. You can see the scoreline ticking up right here.
Ahí está, ahora ríense.
Oye, en TTV nomás son 4 porque el gordito cuenta como 2.
Es como ADJ Boy ahí, jugando con nosotros.
And literally, I don't even know if it was a guess, because Celestial pretty much committed right into that bush, and the follow-up was immediate. Once that first domino fell, the rest of the squad followed right after, and that's an easy rep.
Easy raid for TTV. Incredibly aggressive. I gotta hear what Zoinks and Wonder Chef think of this one as we take a look at the scoreboard.
Ya me imagino el otro equipo puteando el Sassy.
Game number 1 of our World Championships. They are bouncing
back into a game 3 for game 1. It feels honestly like the first match of the day.
So good. And what a game there.
Like you were saying before, Wonder Chef, whoever is losing.
Fue la misma partida.
Fue lo mismo prácticamente.
K
de daño al Vino.
Yo no quiero con Giga drenado.
Fregados,
Creo que lo hizo para tapear nomás, para aguantar un poquito, al menos un poquito más.
Un poquito para tirar un último rayo. Por ahí usar si se muere.
Really cooking in this game. Lucapo on that Scyther though, I think had some great moments throughout the match. That was super cool to see. I really
Y ahorita vamos a ver a varios usando lo mismo.
Zacian not really having the same level of impact. Early
Yo
game
viendo
though, it looked amazing.
yo viendo más Uchifu brusco que fluido.
Of course, it's really hard to judge because it did get jumped on in that late game so heavily. And actually we can see it right here. Lucapo again, like you mentioned, has been in my
Yo viendo
eyes
puro random
such a
jugando,
beautiful play.
creyendo que un TTV jugando con...
But I think one of the MVPs of this set so far for me.
Jugando con Greninja y con tres gafas.
Yeah, it's been so fun to watch them play and then kind of watching that style
Yo viendo
clash
puro
with TTV.
random jugando Scyther sin ningún support atrás, viéndose 4v1.
They get 2, they get out. MJK, they go in and they go in deep. A lot of, flux zone pushes and making that value across the map wherever they need to find it. And it's been looking amazing so far. Sugrug on this Umbreon, I called out as one of the big playmakers of this matchup, and even though it wasn't the mean look build that I think it was so impactful. Those stuns at that final end of Snarl are massive, and getting multiple stuns just makes it that much easier for Otter and for Lutano to really hit those big special
creo
attack
que será para que nos vean
¿Cuál ticket? No vi nada.
tickets promocionales, el de Fortuna.
Pero ¿dónde se pone?
Está ahí en eventos destacados, ahí dice predicción del mundial y el otro que es el...
Sí, pues. Pero ¿dónde dice?
Yo por qué no le aprecio
Los boletos de Fortuna, los boletos de Fortuna.
Yo tengo mi boleto de Fortuna ya.
Ya, pero el tercer boleto.
Ya tengo acá. Que faltaba. Pensé que ya habían dado los ganadores.
Mira la voz de Uchifu.
Copien, todos saquen.
Saquen cap, mándala.
Yo mandé captura ya.
Ay, no lo pude.
Todo el mundo capturó.
Yeah, the Urshifu is going to be a hugely important Pokemon.
Para el sorteo de la skin, sí, sí.
A lot of those objectives as well. And so we are now going to be going into...
¿O qué fue? Éramos 6 y ahora somos 1 en Twitch. ¿Qué fue?
Basically people taking their opponent's Pokemon.
Pero mira el disco.
But you can see right here.
Yo los que banean está haciendo
on that Urshifu, and now they're saying we don't want to give you your first pick Urshifu, so we're just gonna ban it out, even though it worked very well for us.
They're gonna take that away. Now there's a whole lot of defenders on TTV, however, in this position the
vale, a ver, vamos por la tercera, a ver, vamos a iniciar la predicción.
But the defenders are really going to be the tail of this tournament. They are so strong. They really control this game. So grabbing the umbrella.
Yo quiero la build del Confey para pasársela a Alexander para que sea útil.
We haven't seen them play today yet.
Well, based on exactly, of course, just highlighting, but what we've seen as well, they are going to first pick the Zacian. They love the Zacian, which is why but they do know how to base their team around it. And it
ponle cuesta, Angelito.
Obviously, they're 1-1 in this set, so that's going to give the Inteleon. The bigger surprise to me is the Trevenant first pick. I feel like you could go way lower for picking that, but Inteleon, and of course, that Blissey for the side of TTV. I feel like TTV is very happy with this draft so far.
Oh, for sure. Hongo King grabbing this Trevenant first pick is interesting. I mean, we always have this debate is like, do you let something that you know you'll get fall there, or do you want to keep the rest of your picks a little more secretive and grab something that's a bit more straightforward first, and you can just leave those spots at the end for counterpicking open, and there we go. Cramorant is on the table, one of the best.
Ahora casi todos los streamers viendo este intentando.
Amazing, but Wonder Chef, it's your favorite, so why don't you bring us?
Yo
creo que Faciclar. Entire year for Cramorant to be picked. This is the first time.
Faciclar no tanto porque con 7 medallas negras y el cascabel concha te reduce solo un segundo de cooldown.
There's quite a few coming out of Japan. On the other side, we're going to see the first come back, probably being played by Celeste, and then
a ver, hay un pato, hay un pato.
Me sigue sin salir esa MR de evento.
No cantes esa canción.
Hay un
No
pato.
la canten.
Un pato.
Ya, mira, voy a apostar por... Mira, voy a apostar otra vez por mi cajota de nuevo. Oye, ¿de cuánto tengo 30.000 puntos yo?
No, no, acá hay un Hopa, ¿no?
Oye, mira mis puntos.
Yo que ni estoy adentro del juego.
No, en Twitch.
Confío en Celeste.
Pues yo no sé,
no, es que no lo sé, yo también, algo me dice que TTV va a ganar.
Yo digo que
no estaba muerto.
pasen el directo de Twitch, ¿dónde está?
Siempre sale.
Twitch E3, ahí te va a salir.
Claro, claro. Va, ahorita lo van a decir por pendejo.
Oh no, pues.
Ya voy, gente. A ver el stream del mundial por el directo de Kana.
No, si no para la apuesta nada más.
No. Yo le doy el que... Y aquí llevó la build de Urshifu Repro. Ya rápido, para la próxima build todos también les tocó puta, ¿por qué buildar?
Vale, ya inician.
Oye, yo no sé el código.
Yo me pregunto si esto será directo.
Hoy tengo que conectar la cuenta de Unete con la de Twitch. No me acuerdo de la contraseña de Twitch.
¿Cómo que directo?
Sí, porque normalmente cuando tú ves modo espectador son 2 minutos, ¿no?
No, es de torneo, pues, cada torneo, pues.
Need a berry and say sorry, Ender. You have to catch the receipt for that one.
Modo espectador, ¿no?
Persona picking up a massive KO early, and yes, Zacian is just such a bully.
Y yo no códigos todavía.
Those huge stunts also, and now really secure there. Looks like from the side of MJK.
¿Quién tiene el doble? Es FKN.
Yeah, exactly where you want Otter to be, right? Just funnel everything into them, sort out your supports and tanks later. No worries there.
No era así, era FKN.
Great job securing those assets and giving themselves a good level parity here with some of the bigger players on the other side.
Oye, sí, Zacian está pero on fire, ¿qué tiene? Oye, Zacian está que va
takes it back to base. And now they're kind of slowed down, but they've got the support right in the pocket with Lucapo and a little bit of a stop. The time they need to get them out.
Once again, they're so incredibly aggressive in these fights. You can see they've got TTV on their heels in this top path. Once again, moving in massive sacred swords, trying to take that experience that was secured. TTV. Right now, the score to 0 as we can see the central area here of TTV. Zugrok, the Umbreon trying to chase it out right now, and they do.
Ni modo, tocó ver el stream por YouTube.
Creatively, though, they put the portal down to try and get the Trevenant back. It forces a weird cutoff by TTV to keep them from getting to the portal, and the Trevenant is still able to make it happen off its passive and its potion there to get out of it.
And we can see Scyther moving on in here, trying to pick up some of this. Nice big side beam right there with the stun. It's getting very low, but it's got the Hoopa portal that it can go back through, and it does. Incredible play there from MJK. And just once again, always in the face of TTV. And here comes the Trevenant with the dive, looking to see if we can pick up a KO on that Espeon. Espeon misses their shot right there as they push towards this bottom goal.
Se murió el pato.
Oye, el Scyther tryhard de mierda.
Se murió.
La peña mía, como lo mata mía, como lo mata mía, como
se murió. Se han bajado, no sé si el tira roto. Hoy también está que tira el ataque.
Uy, lo que baja ese ingenio,
¡Hola, miércoles! Mal de ojo. Me lo fusiló.
And this fight rages on. Haga-King finally frontline a little bit for Lucapo the Zacian, or for Sona the Zacian, and they're able to play back on their side. These are the most aggressive supporting tanks I've seen in a long time.
Insanely aggressive. The fight is still continuing. I think they up there for a second, so they can give you a moment to
pero todos están abajo.
Ripped off the board right here. MJK, once again, look at this position. Look how aggressive they are just pushing TTV.
Ya están rotando hacia arriba.
They're trying to make TTV cross the living room the Legos on the floor. They keep stepping on them.
¡Oh! ¡Lo mató!
Oye, me da risa el jugador de MJK que está súper concentrado y el otro, el gordito este, está como deprimido.
Mátalo. ¡Hola! Se lo fusiló. Buena. Falló. Mátalo. Pero mátalo. Maten al Zacian. Fallaron. Pato de mierda, está que define mucho.
Es que sus dedos son de rebotar, pues.
No, es que ellos tienen tipo que tienen la cosa para quien golpear.
No creo.
¿Cómo de a quién golpear?
Oh, no,
¿De qué hablan?
Está que falla cada rato.
Verdad que está esa cosa de fijar el objetivo.
Sí, pero todos son de Switch. O no sé, creo que los japoneses van a celular, porque mira cómo están viendo la pantalla. Sí, mira, el japonés sí,
están jugando
Eso se aprende de que jugar en celular es meta.
¿Quién lo robó? A la mierda, lo mató también.
El Chansey matando con ulti.
Bueno, no es nada, el Chansey curó a la Leslie muerta.
No, es que me da risa que como que el Chansey se tiró encima del Scyther y el Scyther se murió. No lo mató, pero se vio chistoso.
Yo quiero subir gratis.
No pueden. No, se lo matan a la gordita.
Se matan al main del Kana.
No digan nada.
Zugrok, nice little engage. Trevenant comes out. It only catches Zugrok, but that's a prime target for them right now. Woodhammers are laying
De León llega. No puede ser.
Creo que Cramorant cuando está a mitad de vida hace más daño con los Pikachu esos.
Y eso que está bugueado todavía, nunca lo han hecho.
Nunca han arreglado ese bug, ¿no?
De que hace más daño cuando hay más defensivos cerca.
Cuando hay más defensivos.
No, o sea, cuando hay más enemigos cerca, pues como esa cosa rebota.
Creo que les dio paja y van a decir es una mecánica nueva.
No está que da mucho creo que ya perdieron.
Me da risa que llevan skin.
Sí, pero te va por 100 puntos nomás antes.
Estos que llevan skin.
Mira lo más. ¡Oh, no! ¡El Scyther!
Se murió, no.
Tú estás remontando.
Te digo, es el morado.
Sí, porque partieron perdiendo. Póngale un condón a la remontada porque se viene.
Yo algún día de exámenes inestimales y
Oye, ahora que lo pienso, el árbol no tiene experiencia. Porque los defensas normalmente llevan
No sé, el repartido de experiencia lo he visto más en Snorlax que Trevenant.
Vale, ahora viene la tontería del año.
Aquí es la definitiva ya.
Aquí es la definitiva. Aquí viene 5 segundos.
Sí, y a veces he visto repartir experiencia en Mamos, pero de ahí en Trevenant sí nunca.
Aquí que se regala y se acaba.
No, también le han entrado
pero es el que mueve las cámaras.
El Sacian se va a regalar.
No creo, yo creo que más el boost se va a morir primero.
Sacian se va a regalar.
El bicho se va a notar en la base. Uy, mató Sacian. Sacian murió.
No. Oye, pero es que no enfocan. ¿Por qué no enfocan?
Lo predije, el Sacian se murió primero.
El pato más importante.
Oye, pero el Scyther lo arregla, el Scyther
arregla el...
No, ya, NT, ya ganó el...
El Scyther arregla el error del Sacian.
No, el pato a la miércoles.
No, ya. Ya ganó el
MJ.
Oye, pero el Scyther arregló la cagada que se mandó el Sacian.
Sí.
Ya no pueden frenar, ya lo ven.
No, ya, y F,
300, ahora marcamos 50 más, ya está, 400. Ya no lo arreglan ya.
Imagínate que ya te da presión escuchar super tanto. Ahora imagínate en un torneo. Es que si ya te da como depresión escucharlo en una partida normal, imagínate en la World Champions.
Mira, y esos que jugaron en celular, los japoneses de mierda, los jugaron en celular.
Es que igual en celular es más fácil apuntar.
Sí, la verdad en celular es más fácil apuntar.
Aposté mal. Pero igual otra vez apostó mal. Predicciones, TTV, a la mierda, ¿quién es? A ver,
Con esto se confirma que todos los orientales tienen la misma skin.
Hoy murió el cine. Hoy yo puse por TTV, mierda.
El gordito está triste.
No, gordito. No la triste.
On your way into day 2 for this event. MJK on the other hand has to feel great. He played against a good team. If that didn't warm you up for the rest of the day, I don't know what would.
Yeah, I mean, what an incredible start here for MJK. What an incredible start for Japan here in their home country at the World Championships.
Aunque más ese gordo se parece un garbo,
we don't know how the rest of this group stage is going to play out. TTV able to take one game off of MJK right there, but they are going to need a very flawless run as they continue this group stage to have a chance to move on after losing this match right here.
Yeah, they slipped out of the starting block. It's not the end of your race, but you got to dig in and you got to find something within you to run hard the rest of the day and try to make some magic happen for yourself. MJK needs to use this momentum. We talk about momentum all the time. TTV had it in the NA Regional Finals. MJK just bought that thing at a premium right now, taking
Ahora toca Perú, ahora
and
toca
putting
Perú, ¿no?
themselves on the
Mira,
path
los
to
mismos
day 2.
stacks que pasaron, los mismos stacks.
No, estaban más o menos nivelados, tampoco no estaban tan altos.
Yo confío que Team Perú va a ser el ganador del mundial. Team Perú,
yo apostaba a Team Perú, pero yo soy sincero, no creo que lleguen a ganar.
Voy a apostar toda mi vida a Team Perú y sé que va a ganar.
Yo te lo juro, mira, yo también tengo muchas ganas que Team Perú gane, pero seamos realistas.
Tienen fe, saben.
La fe nada más, pero por realismo no se lo van a cachar a Team Perú.
Le van a tirar una paloma y ya. Al Pokémon paloma y ganaron.
Oh, pero ese pato se mató a como a 3, ¿no?
El Fighter la carrió. Oye, es chistoso cómo se ven los jugadores de los equipos y cómo se ve el comentarista ese, el tremendo brazo.
A la mierda, parecen mis brazos.
They played well, obviously well. We talk about aggression. That was very controlled aggression out of them. But I'll tell you what, we have Sona from MJK on the stage for an interview. So let's throw it back.
Lo de gordo que tiene el jugador de TTV lo tiene en músculos el
Yes, I'm on
comentarista.
stage with Sona from MJK after an amazing first game. Congratulations.
ソナ選手に来ていただいております。おめでとうござ
Hoy
います。
dieron peluche de Zoroark con
Now,
la
you
skin del
just
pase.
had an amazing game, but here in Japan, in front of your region's crowd, how does it feel to win in Japan?
はい、今回日本という地元開催ですね。地元の日本の観客の皆さんの前で勝利をつかみました。どんなお気持ちですか？
僕の出身国である日本でこうやって僕の試合
Como
をたくさん
cuando el
見てくれる
directo
中
está en
で
inglés y te empiezan a hablar
勝利できた
coreano.
のですごく嬉しいと思います。
This is absolutely amazing because you know I am from Japan and there are so many people that I know or they support me so well and we are absolutely elated for this victory. Thank you.
That's amazing. And I mean, this first game, you took down the number
no banearon
one
a
seed
Trevena.
from North America, TTV, a very strong team.
Very
How
good
does it feel to get such an
Sassian, igual
important
PC
win right away?
まず、第一チームから
Sassian
ノ
Nerf
ースア
Comic.
メリカの地域の1位の TTV というものすごい
Le-
強いチーム
En
を
el
倒し
chat
ま
de
したね。
YouTube le están
本当
echando
素
hate
晴ら
al
しい試合
Sassian.
で、この素晴らしい勝利、初戦から飾りました。どんなお気持ちですか？
TTV さんはもう僕がユナイト始めた頃からずっと知っとったチームなんで、もうすごい緊張はしていたんですけど、僕たちのチームとしてちゃんと完成させてきたので、最初から絶対勝てると思っていたので、
Oye, hay un man acá en YouTube que puso.
激闘ができて嬉しかったです。
Oye, hay un man que puso. Está buenota.
Since I started with Unite as a competitive player, I mean, I was really nervous
Vamos
facing
Perú por el
you know, our team is
No, aún no está eliminado,
So everything. So
Viejillo PSSS
banear a
Sassian.
No, aún TTV no está baneado, el TTV aún tiene oportunidad de entrar aún.
Thank you everyone. Game number 1, we're going to be jumping to a very short break. We'll be right back right after this.
Yo no le puse TTV campeón, yo le puse a Perú.
Pasen video de la presentadora. Rómpele la mandarina, pero...
¿Qué? ¿Comerciales ahora? ¿Comercial?
Sí, pues tienen que alistar ahora el siguiente.
Dice acá.
Ah, no, chúpila. Yo le puse TTV ganador. Puta madre, la cagué.
Ya no se puede cambiar, creo yo.
Sí, ya no se puede cambiar.
Regalan la skin más exclusiva del juego, Unite hiciste.
He puesto tercero como Team Star. Que ese también lo he visto muy bueno.
¿Cuándo juega Perú? Ya llegaron, dice. Nerfa Silvion, dice. Nerfa Silvion. Perú juega.
Yo también le puse TTV a ganar.
YouTube Monkey. Oye, YouTube Monkey.
Hammer-bajo.
¿Qué tal, Hammer?
Twitch dice: ¿me vas a saludar? Que no.
¿Qué tal, Hammer? Bienvenido al directo. ¿Cómo te va? Estaba viendo aquí el Champions Wheel. ¿Cómo era? Champions World del Pokémon Unite.
Oye, acá en YouTube están spameando Nerf Mewtwo.
Nerf Mewtwo, sí.
Y están poniendo Nerf Rayquaza.
Nerf Rayquaza. La verdad es que Rayquaza ya listo, GG, la partida.
Mew es bueno para defender Rayquaza porque en pantalla luz, creo, según me acuerdo, stunea a los que tienen escudo.
Pero fueron muy buenas, ha sido muy buena partida también. No estoy tan mal.
Nerf Rayquaza, dice acá. Entonces ganó TTV o qué dice. Mira, no me estaba perdido.
Hay un man acá que pone
aquí.
Play with Sassian igual Easy Games ratón.
Bufa la patrona, dice ahí.
A ver. Vamos
Nerf
a ver los
Baltoy. Nerf Baltoy,
qué pendejo.
Nerf Intellion, dice.
Nerf Altaria.
Nerf Duraludón. Nerf Intellion.
Esa cosa nadie lo utiliza.
Denle van al chillón de Alex. Alexander, vete, tenemos que bajarte.
Gente perdió el gordo chichón.
Oh, mira este random, mira.
¿Se dieron cuenta que TTV dominó los 9 y perdió alguno? TTV, bye, TTV, buff, Absol, Nerf Vegeta.
Nerf Vegeta.
Esos boletos, buff, Mewtwo.
Debieron banear a los legendarios y a Confi.
A ver, te voy a actualizar.
Cinder es todo bonito. Nerf Rayel.
Nerf Raichu. Nerf
Cuando
Storm.
juega mi Perú, Talibobo y Luminosity.
Nerf Luffy.
Nerf Luffy.
Que gane TTV.
Nerf Kyogre.
Nerf Seibela. Puta, nerfean a todos. Nerf Putin. Nerf Kanavtuber. Ya, baneado por pendejo. Ya, ahora sí por pendejo.
¿Qué dijo?
Nerf Kanavtuber.
Nerf al Cremi. Nerf Ojo. Nerf
Pokémon cancelado. Pongan a Mew.
Nerf Hentai. Nerf H.
A ver. Vamos a poner.
Hacen Abuser Noob. Nerf a Selgor. Nerf al gordito de TTV.
Ahí escribió Kana, Nerf a Ship, dice.
¿Dónde?
Tenemos que nerfearlo, pues, tenemos que nerfearlo.
No.
Nerf a Luffy.
Nerf a Luffy. TTV AFK, dice. Buff TTV, dice.
Nerf Hammer, Nerf Hammer. Nerfa SHPP. ¿Quién es FK? Ah, eres tú, no FKN. Pokémon Unite Gamer, dice. Sebas.
Nerf.
Nerf Luffy Gears 5. Hoy, pero quedó medio raro, ¿no? El de Luffy. Que juegue Perú. Que juegue Perú.
Que juegue Perú, causa.
No, dice que Perú va a jugar mañana.
Ah, mira, aquí me sale que juegue Perú.
Not only here on the main stream, but also on the B stage, where Time to Shine just actually took down S8UL Esports in a 3-game set. But we have had incredible matches to start this off.
Ah, creo que ahora es el de Pokémon Tournament.
Here, I cannot wait to see all of these teams continue to battle it out. But we're going to be moving forward, and now I'm going to be here with everybody's favorite.
Siendo sincero, por una parte quiero que gane Team Perú, pero por otra quiero que pierda por todas las veces que me han ganado Steve.
Fantasy,
I must say, it is definitely amazing to be standing next to the Wonder
¿Te
Chef.
imaginas que vaya allá un experto? ¿Te imaginas?
For a first set
of
the
denunciar.
I must say, it was wild, and that is only just a taste of what we are, what is to come.
That's right. We've got a great match coming up as well. Another match of essentially East versus West. We're going to have Team MYS taking on Team Peps, and I said that these were some of the matches or some of the teams that I was most excited to see throughout this entire weekend. But as we've seen, even from the Heartbreakers from the first sets, it's so wild to think.
¿De dónde son estos grandes? Oye, ¿de dónde son estos grandes?
Look, expect the unexpected, right? But obviously, we need to talk about
los siguientes, ¿no?
Team MYS. So we spoke earlier. We have Yanes and Revolt, who were here last year, part of Renaissance. They did come third. So obviously, they have a new crew. We'll have to see how they gel together. We have seen them throughout the season this year. They did come first in APAC West, obviously in April, qualified, and they actually ended up coming second in the championships.
Ahora me van a banear del
the first time that we're going to be seeing any of the APAC teams on broadcast so far today. Of course, we're still only in the third overall broadcasted game of the weekend, so I'm very excited that we do get to start off seeing so many different regions, but their opponents will be, again, the main broadcast, which is going to be Team Peps, formerly known as Wolf Wolf earlier in the UCS season. They are one of my favorite
Hazlo con el arroba, ahí me lo recomiendan. Sí, hazlo con el arroba, hazlo con el arroba.
Ahorita nos banean por spam.
No, por eso, ahora lo van a banear por spam y se va a venir a verlo aquí en mi canal.
Yo estoy metiendo cualquier mierda al chat, busca al gordo teto.
I'm really curious what they're going to be bringing out
today.
Look, the thing is, with Team MYS, they are hyper-aggressive early games, but they come up with some crazy strats as we've seen throughout the season. So the thing is, obviously, I feel like it is that sort of set meta that we know, but it's the crazy strats that are going to catch these teams off guard.
Yes, without a doubt, this is going to be, I think, a day for all these teams, not just these two teams. A day of how much can you when you're dealing with these we haven't seen anything super spicy so far, but I feel like we're going to see it here. You know, we were just talking a little bit right before this to the Japanese casters for the Japanese broadcast, and we're saying, what are you most excited to see? What player are you most excited to see? And one of the answers was Potato, which is a really cool pick. Potato specifically on the Garchomp. If we do end up seeing that, everybody loves seeing the Garchomp. I know Zoinks is out there. I'm actually pointing at him, but he can't see it. He is a huge Garchomp fan, so he popped off, but I know that a lot of people out there are as well. So we'll see if that ends up being one of the spicy picks, but again, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we've had a really interesting meta so far in the day. We've seen Zacian from multiple Asian teams now so far, but none of the Western teams have chosen Zacian at all. Do you feel like Zacian is going to do well this weekend, or do you think it's going to be a little underrated, or what, or I guess undervalued? What do you think?
Look, only time will tell how well it goes. Obviously, we have only seen it once, and we've only only spectated the one set, so we actually don't know. We have a long day ahead of us. As I said, you know, it's these crazy wild things that these teams aren't going to expect. Maybe they are expecting it. I'm not too sure how much preparation
Dieron código para el Pokémon TCG.
Lo puse yo, pero mal escrito.
That's right, and you know, there's some preparation for you to do as well. You can use code second anniversary.
Vaya, ese código que prácticamente todos ya casquearon.
At 2 years, but of course, this is the second championship.
Quien no lo haya casqueado que se
2 years, you can get the limited license for Mew and Mewtwo, and then some of the platinum emblems as well. So you've got some stuff for yourself to start powering yourself up for potentially your competitive career. I gotta say, this season has been so fun to be kind of along on the ride for. I'm so happy that we've been able to see so many teams do very well. I think that this is going to really inspire people for next UCS.
Voy a poner algo en el chat que es puro fuck. Es puro fuck.
Ahora va a empezar el siguiente.
Estoy poniendo algo que es full fuck.
Well, I guess that's the thing with Pokemon Unite. It is the fairly new game on the block.
Twitch.
Estoy poniendo Kana
De código de Pokémon Unite no, es de otro juego de Pokéx.
I know. It's so weird because, you know, I mean, we're here, and for so many of these tournaments, you know, we've all been in so many of these UCS tournaments, and we've kind of known more what to expect. And this is such a big mystery for all of us, like the meta.
¿Cuál era el otro equipo? ¿EPS?
Just the fact that we've already had one of the favorite teams, one of the first seeds.
Viva el Team Tilly.
I guess it's a round robin, so it's not like losers bracket yet. Not until tomorrow.
Ahí está.
Just already just throwing such a huge wrench in there. Look at that. I love all these hats, by the way. The crowd is huge here in Yokohama. Unbelievably huge. I've been at multiple worlds so far. I think this is actually my third Worlds, and I have never seen this many people, and especially this many people out here for Unite. So shout outs to everybody out in the crowd from moment one.
No, pero en el anterior también tenía el muñeco del Thor y todo.
Look, you said that it's your third time? Well, it is actually only my first time experiencing an in-person event, but also the world, the biggest one.
No, aún no.
Absolutely insane, and I must say, the atmosphere...
Yo spameando el mismo mensaje hasta que lo lea alguien.
Hola, México.
It's like nothing I've ever experienced before. But again, let's just recap how the format works for anybody who's just tuning in, because this is going to be a long weekend. We're currently in the group stage. There are 8 groups, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H, and there is a round robin between every single member of those groups. So every one team that you're going to see here today is going to play 2 or 3 games based on how you do in, based on how many members there are in that group. That's what I'm going for. And then the top team of each of those groups will be moving forward to tomorrow, which is a whole big different thing. But just once again, if you have not been kind of following along throughout this entire season, I've got a little explainer for you for how this works.
No lo delates, dice, no lo delates.
Me van a banear por lo que estoy poniendo.
Join us as we cover the format for the Pokemon Unite World Championships in Yokohama, Japan.
Ah, no, ¿verdad?
Over the past season, players from all over the world have competed at the highest
Lo
levels in
leyó
their
alguien.
regions to qualify.
¿Quién lo leyó?
Each competing region will be sending their best teams to represent them on the world stage.
India, Japón,
High stakes will test the resolve in the most anticipated tournament.
Son prácticamente todos los que han entrado, ¿no?
On the first day of the World Championships, teams will be sorted into
Vale, los equipos, vale, se
face
van.
off in round robin matches. The best teams from each group will advance forward.
No sé.
This takes us into the second day, where the top teams from day 1 will battle through a double elimination bracket, all the way to the grand final. Everything is on the line here as the winning team
yo creo que ya fue, ya TTV,
world champions, as well as take the
qué cagones que son los de Nintendo.
A la mierda, medio millón.
Oye, pero qué cagones son los de Nintendo. Tienen más plata que Fortnite, y Fortnite ofrece $3 millones y es por medio millón.
Sí, pero es un juego nuevo, pues, es un juego nuevo, tampoco no tiene mucho.
Igual, ofrezcan más plata.
And of course, we're getting set for Team NYS versus Team Pep. So who could that be? Who's that Pokemon? I think we all know there. One of the most famous in the crowd. In the background. Look at that, the double shot.
Ese con la ropa de Pokémon es tremendo NPC.
I absolutely love Pump wearing that drip. That is definitely the suit that he is known for. You can
¿Qué tal, Raps? ¿Quién puso eso? Ahorita sí lo baneaba Chip si me ha puesto esa guada,
Es un random llamado Casper YG. Mañana lo sube Rubén. Mañana lo sube Rubén.
Oh, well, that's the thing. It's just so multicultural here. There's a wide variety. It's not only, obviously, players from their home turf in Japan, but we have people from all around the world here, Chef.
Oh, I know. And all of these different regions, of course, we're going to see APAC West versus EU. That just shows how far it goes. But, once again, the crowd.
Alexander por pendejo.
You know, there's a reason why it's called Unite. It's brought so many people together from so many different regions, which is what we're seeing. I mean, how many people have we already met that we've never had the chance to meet in person?
Ángeles, Angelita.
Bit. I mean, look, we got even a competitive team right back there. Look at they're hiding behind the camera shot. Hold on a minute.
Ángeles Burro.
One thing I must say is I love that everybody, almost people are, they have their favorite Pokemon by their side.
¡Oh, Gafter! Este Gafter, mierda.
Banana son Titan Games tirando factos.
Yeah, you have to have your lucky Pokemon, right? I mean,
ya lo baneé ya.
I've got Cramorant. I actually had my Cramorant plushie. I should have brought it, but it was at home. I do have my Cramorant shirt for maybe tomorrow. I know you got the Eevee shirt. Is Eevee your luck Pokemon?
Eevee or the Evolutions in general, Sylveon would be my favorite.
Yes, Peru,
I would absolutely love to see somebody pick up Sylveon today. Fingers crossed.
Hey, I think there's an extremely good chance we're going to see that. But another thing that you can see yourself is it's not just a competition for this weekend for Unite. There's events that you can take yourself, take a part in. So you can take a look at one of those that's going on in Pokemon Unite right now.
Estoy poniendo Kana 2 puntos, go.
Hola, Angelita. ¿Cómo?
Será un falta el otro.
And so that's going to be a great opportunity for you to get
ahora sí empieza
Mew, number one enemy of Mewtwo. But you, of course, not going to see Mewtwo at this tournament. Plenty of Mew.
El otro eligiendo su
skin. Oh, without doubt. Now, while we might not be able to get Mewtwo, we have obviously seen Zacian already. Both those legendaries, we know that they're super powerful. So, I wonder if we're going to end up seeing any other teams.
¿No viste que tenía la skin de Pikachu Navidad azul?
Like almost undoubtedly we are going to yes. Oh, no, I was referencing earlier.
Hombre, estos deben de gastar plata bastante si han entrado ahí. Y entre medios han ganado dinero. Oye, mira tus orejas de Pikachu.
Gameplay, of course, we're here on the main stream. There's a E-stream that's going to be gameplay only, just in an effort to be able to show off as many of the competitive matches as possible today. So huge shout out to production for making that happen. They put a lot of work in there.
They definitely did put a lot of work in there. But you know what? Not only production, but look at this stage. It is beautiful.
I know, and this is so representative of the area, you know, I mean, I know our hotel is right next to that actual Ferris wheel, which is very cool, by the way. Lights up with a Pikachu every 15 minutes. Very bright outside my window. Definitely not when I'm trying to sleep.
Algún día en el Team Perú.
I'm just kidding, it's very cool. This area is sweet. And we can talk about
vamos a montar nuestro equipo, Raps.
How much these teams are earning, because it's a lot.
Look, it is a 500k prize pool that's on the line this weekend. So, from 13th to 16th, we have $5,000.
Vale, el premio de 5,000 se va a repartir,
2 days of Pokemon Unite. From 9 to 12, you do take home 10,000. And Chef, tell us about the rest.
First of all, let me just say that if you get 16, you get just about enough to for 1 for 1 in the Pokemon Center, which I think we both experienced. But I actually forget where you ended off because I was thinking about how much money I spent there this weekend.
Pamela, déjame ver a los niños, por favor.
$25,000 for the team, $56,000, $45,000, and then $60,000 and up. So just a lot of money on the line. We've had a decent amount of money throughout the rest of the season, but this is where the real meat and potatoes of the prizing is. And again, if any of those teams win that money,
vamos a un torneo Kana, mira cómo pagan.
Look, I mean, I must say, I see a fair few shopping bags walking around, so I think we are not the only ones
que Kana haga un torneo. Que Kana haga un torneo.
No, vamos a entrar.
Some plushies, maybe some merch. I know a lot of people are definitely looking snazzy today.
No, sí entran
is looking snazzy to me is this draft. We're finally getting into it here. It's going to be Team MYS on the left, Team Peps on the right. Versus EU, and the bands are coming out. We're going to see potentially going to this. Love that they added this midway through the season. The band kind of like pre-picks, but it looks like it's going to be double defenders.
Look, it makes sense. We have seen previously, it is like this double defender meta. They are rocking house right now. But to get rid of 2 defenders straight off the block, it doesn't really leave very much choice for these teams.
¿De qué torneo hablan?
Entrena Alexander porque Alexander es un Sturgeon. Pero Alexander no va a entrar con nosotros. Él va a entrar con su equipo team.
Ah, ya, su equipo team.
¿De qué torneo hablan?
Aquí se le escucha doble.
AFKN.
Big defenders, or 2 of the big defenders, there's so many now, out of the pool immediately. But are we going to see a first pick Wigglytuff up that has to be just hovering over? Okay. We're going to see the Urshifu and the Hoopa, much more of what we'd expect.
Did a potato just bait us thinking we were going to get
Lo único que pido un tanquecito para que me aguante.
A ver, un slow. Vale, han baneado Slowbro y han baneado a. Vale, han baneado para que tanques, ¿no? A Lapras, ¿no?
Estoy usando Mew.
To be able to teleport your teammates not only back home, but also up into the top half and bottom bar.
Sometimes there's a mean look and they can only be in the exact area of that portal, so you kind of want to get them out of there. Oh my gosh, it's no way. Come on, they're actually trolling me.
El Unite no le sirve contra
I want to see Mamoswine so bad.
De un rayo solar se lo papea. O le baja media vida y después un sur. Y después un sur si se lo pega bien y lo marca con el cargado.
Look, the thing is, I am definitely loving this pick. I feel like this is a really common pick for the APAC region.
Vale, el Team Pips es europeo.
Healing if it does end up going for that Moonlight build, and then supporting.
¿Qué serán españoles? No parecen españoles, ¿no?
No, it's going to be hard to take down such a chunky team comp.
It is the final pick.
No, es verdad,
that is a great choice, I think. A lot of people currently, of course, the surf is used extremely quite a bit as well. But if you have the spin, I think it is a great.
A ver, vamos a ver a su ficha de Team Pips, a ver si tiene.
Bueno, yo me voy a mutear un rato.
Even the speedsters, right? When the speedsters are trying to like zip around, if you can just grab them, suddenly they are just a sitting target for the rest of your team. So
vamos a ver a Team Pips. Hoy y las apuestas contra ellos están chulas, Oye, hay apuestas contra ellos, en Pokémon Unite, no sabía.
That's right. So we're got our draft for game number 1. Some cool picks, some ones we've seen before, but there's a way to send it over, and we got to send it over to our casters. We're going to start off game number 1 of Team MYS versus Team Peps.
All right, Doob Snacks, here we go. Game
le salió mal.
EU versus APAC West. Are you ready? I am ready. I'm looking this MYS season 1. Yang was playing a little bit more of that aggro role as they were falling in line with like Zarina and Venusaur in tandem with Rebongs there. Another thing that sticks out to me right now.
Sí, pero seguro que lo actualizarán para mañana por ahí.
It's really tough to take them
vale,
out
juego número 1
Pokemon. We literally saw them have a run in a tournament of like 8 secures in a row across an entire
set. Según ustedes, ¿quién creen que gana? Las predicciones, por favor, Angelicus.
We head in here to game number 1 between these two teams. MYS,
me gusta esa. Diego, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido.
It's so exciting seeing these
different regions clash, the strategies come out from each of them, the different play styles, and seeing what will actually work inside some of these games. So you see the Squirtle in a lot of trouble right here. Pep's getting extremely aggressive up in that top path, and there's that Buzzwole from Potato looking for the Fell Stinger, just barely misses the KO.
Just barely missed it, puts tons of pressure on, and that was a couple stacks that are going to the hands of MYS, so they're pretty happy with that exchange, the fact that they didn't get knocked out. Of course, that's good. Nice little Inteleon action for Peps. Love to see that. And honestly, Peps went to a lot of old favorites here. They're trying to build themselves some comfort on stage here in Game 1. MYS, on the other hand, they're looking to throw a little bit of different action and maybe a little spin to win in the Clefable Moonlight to just have this endlessly never KO'able Blastoise by endgame.
Here we go, Cali getting ready with that big wicked blow here. Nice moves by Peps. Looks like they got a lot of that here, as Squirtle still way behind, needs its level 5. They're now pushing into the bottom path right here, but it's hard to push into this Inteleon with that massive water gun early. They're just going to chase them out. You know, I have to wonder, did MYS take away this Alolan Ninetales from Ikelas on the side of Team Peps? If they did, they gave them an Inteleon, so we're going to have to see how that's going to fare for them. They are amazing on Alolan Ninetales, but Inteleon is so powerful right now.
Look how aggro MYS is. They're trying to dive on top of Cali. They know this is going to be an issue. They're sitting on top of the portal, just blink out in time. Good support by Human for Cali. Now that Zoroark is low, if they make the call, you actually see Ikelas peeling up to try and get on top of Rebongs here. They're going to make it out, but good adjustments on the fly by Peps.
Yeah, really nice job by Peps right there to make sure they did not get KO'd in that exchange. And you can see these hyperspace holes just in perfect positioning right here. They know how long it's going to take to charge up that Wicked Blow. They're able to charge it up, try to take a big secure, and then head back home in case the damage gets too intense from MYS. However, MYS, the only team to put points on the board so far, 21-0 right now.
That's no new news if you're Peps. We've seen them put up a lot of donuts by the end of the game here. They're the biggest pendulum swing of a team I've ever seen. We've seen them lose by 1,000-0 and literally win the next 2 games in a row in a tournament setting. Wildly, I call it inconsistent. I call it just an absolute kerfuffle of a team strategy.
Here we go. Nice snipe shot, but unfortunately misses after that push from the Blizzard right there. Here comes the mean look, catching that Inteleon. Beautiful Blizzard avalanche here from MYS. More points raining in for them.
Yeah, the hyperspace hole comes in. 2 players roll through. Nobody's sticking around for MYS. They got their job done, and they're getting out because they know Cali is just 1 wicked blow away to turn the tides of that fight. Darting through here, MYS, but the Hoopas babysitting the Blastoise. They can't get their sacks in, and they can't get too out of control.
No se te oye en el Discord.
But not anybody really making a move here.
Yeah,
¿No se me oye en el Discord? A ver, hola.
They don't want to let, you know, Peps try to secure this right here. Massive avalanche Blizzard, but not able to pick up a KO. Nice snipe shot right there, but and here comes the pickup on that Zoroark.
Beautiful poach by the Buzzwole to Potato, bring it back on their side. That's the pick that they want. All of a sudden, the Regice isn't in contention. Snipe shot, lock it in, and rake it in. That's a KO. And now they're over the Clefable. Marv spacing incredibly well. They just need to shell damage on this Regice, and Peps with just double paddles to the chest, spark back to life out of nowhere.
Beautiful stuff right there. The defibrillator being that big KO there on Zoroark. That's when things really turned around for Peps. And then they knew they could take that fight. They knew they could push them out. The secure on the side of Peps is insane this match. Wicked Blow and snipe shots going to be massive. And then, of course, you've got Potato on that signature Buzzwole of theirs, just able to keep the enemies away from the side of Peps as they secure both top and bottom objectives here.
Foxy is doing great on the Fox, spacing though. The Avalanche Blizzards are hitting true, catching multiple players at once, and actually because of that first engagement, the Unite move comes up and they want Foxy.
Ya empieza la gravedad,
Nobody else from Peps is there to deal more damage, but what does that do is spacing Spraggles, and now that goal zone has 14 seconds left on it, and they got a ton of points to buckle that thing.
Atrocious math here from Peps.
Brutal
math. What on earth?
Get them an Abacus. Holy smokes. They had a 30-40-34 left, and they duffed it.
Yeah, that was a really unfortunate score there for Peps. I assume, you know, they're up on the main stage. Big moments happening right here. But you have to wonder if that point difference is going to make a big difference as the match goes on. Really unfortunate scoring, but they are still ahead on the scoreboard. They are still ahead level-wise. But they did give, you know, their opponents access to a ton of catch-up experience in the top path. We can see they now have a Blastoise. They have Unite moves on every single Pokemon on their side. So they are ready for a fight.
Absolutely. I mean, mean, that is a 36-point
Ese
swing
guión
right here.
bajo
So we're talking about that 100-point threshold. That would have almost put them at that here in that match if they would have done that quick math correctly. Buzzwell looking to poach a Blastoise. They certainly do.
Es que no estás en la llamada, chistoso.
Forces Yamu to just peel back.
Chip no está en la llamada.
Chip no está en la llamada.
Getting caught up right there by the Blastoise. As we can see, they are pushing towards this goal zone. Nice big KO coming in right there. One goes down to the side of MYS.
Ouch, ouch. Hasta que aguanta bastante, lo frenaron al Zorbar. ¡Pah, pendejos! Aguantaron. ¡Uy, lo frenó, lo frenó! ¡Yunai! ¡Revienta!
Nadie anotó, nadie anotó.
No anotaron, se lo frenó bastante.
Push is over. Great fight here from Peps. Really nice play there.
Oye, Chip dice nadie me escucha, dice, y no está en la llamada.
No está en la llamada.
To that goal zone. We have a bottom objective up here. We can see that Caligula is
extremely
low on HP as Reggie Rock is
no, está en PC, dijo, con tu PC no puedo hablar.
Secure right here. You can see the positioning from MYS. There really is no inroad for them. There was really nothing Team Peps could do right there. Nice play from MYS.
A little lost in the sauce is Peps. They didn't really make an adjustment to go up or down. A really low on HP along with Ickless, but as we know, that snipe shot doesn't have any pierce.
So it could have gone through that chunk of players that were sitting
around it. And now they're finally working on Regieleki. It's about half HP. Now we need spacing by Marv. They're playing far forward, and it looks like Regieleki is going to go to the hands of Peps. Let's see what they do with it.
Yeah, this Regieleki.
FKN, se te escucha doble,
The question is, are they going to use this? Otra vez. If you look at their side of the map, there is so much experience that they need to clear out. It looks like they're just going to let this Regieleki walk. They're going to, you know, farm up on their side of the map, get as much XP as they can, because we're a minute away from Rayquaza right here, and they are still up on points.
They're still up on points. Something I want everybody to note is Human is actually never.
Tanque aguanta. La línea de abajo que no deberían poder aguantar, están que aguantan
bastante. Pushes. They know they have the point lead, and how do we hold on to that? You make sure that Human is always on the other side of the map as a team.
Tienen a dos repartido experiencia.
On those tier 2 goals.
Yo que va la partida ya.
Está bueno, aún queda 28 para el...
It really seems they're just able to heal through every time this happens. 20 seconds now until Rayquaza. It's going to be the first clash between these two teams at Rayquaza, and as you know, so much is decided in this fight. It's oftentimes a team that makes the big mistake here is the team that loses, or the team that puts the pressure on, has that aggression, looks for the secure, is the team that wins. 3 seconds right now. You can see the positioning around this fight. Everyone hiding in the tall grass, waiting for their moment to strike. You have your defenders out here getting vision for their team. You can see MYS actually getting
no hay mucha diferencia prácticamente, son una diferencia de 50.
Trying to figure out exactly where members of Peps are. They know they are behind right now, Doobsnack, so they know they are the team that has to make a play right here, and they are moving towards Rayquaza.
The block already comes out kind of preemptively, so the Buzzwole can't get collapsed on. Froggy's coming through. I'm wondering.
Yo creo que sería mejor. A la mierda, lo sacaron la mierda.
Trying to box out. Nice little pseudo engaged by Rebongs. They're chipped.
No, lo atraparon al Umbreon. No, Umbreon, ¿qué has hecho? Ya cometiste el error, ya cometiste el error, ya. Ya la cagaron, ya la cagaron ahí, Mató al Inteleon, puede ser. 1-1, va. No, ayúdalo. Buena, se muere el fútbol. Aprovechó para ir a marcar. Tienen que arriesgarse. Uy, no, ya. Ahora sí. Háganselo. Gravedad. Bien. Buena. Lo cagaron al pobre Jopa.
Here they go, 100 points raining into this top goal zone. It looks like
vale, están que lo bajan bastante el otro, ¿no?
And it does. Zoroark scores it as they push towards this goal zone. They stop the Clefable right there, so it is not able to score. However,
no, pero igual, están que ganan, retrocedan.
They need to push. Zoroark, I believe, still has a Rayquaza shield, and so does this Alolan Ninetales, looking towards this bottom path. Here they come in sneaking in, and can Buzzwole stop it? It cannot. 353, 203.
10 segundos, ya ganó, ya.
MYS is going to take game number 1.
Zoroark sandbagging their shield was the difference maker. Quickly got their points in, quickly got out, and opened up that opportunity for them to score. I'll tell you what, this was a heck of a match.
Desde celular,
than that last little final push. You said it right when we were talking about it. Rayquaza's come down.
Hoy, pero mira todo lo que tienen ahí,
First one to make a mistake. Unfortunately for Peps, it was them.
Algo pasó.
They didn't have the sustain or follow up. Really
denle una capa a esa Nintales y Clefa.
Sí, de verdad. Senaitel se la hizo enterita, lo aguantó bastante.
For them. Let's send it back on over to our analysts, Kello and Chef, to break this thing down.
Once again, the team in the lead comes out on the bottom. That's just going to be the story of today, apparently. But wow, Team Peps was looking very,
la verdad es que ese Nightel y ese Clefa lo han hecho, pero estupendo.
I think that you can see right there, I mean, just all the scores at the end, of course, coming up that Rayquaza. So realistically, I feel like the Rayquaza fight was the turning point in that game.
Look, when there's a raid, there is a way. Obviously, yes, it's 10 minutes, but it all comes down to that final stretch. But let's have a look at these stats here. We can obviously, we were talking about this Alolan Ninetales, 61,000 damage output.
Yeah, this actually is a really low damage game from Team MYS for a win. Altogether, their highest damage being 60k, their second highest being less than 40k. On the other side, we've got Iclus with, I mean, 82,000 damage and almost 50k from multiple members. But that's what I was saying. It just felt like they were in the lead. I mean, exactly like the passage we're just saying. So much of what's going to happen today is who's going to be making the first big mistake in a Rayquaza fight. And I think one of the biggest mistakes you can make is maybe not...
Hicieron una buena, ahí es donde deberían haber marcado, vamos, hicieron una maravilla, aguantaron como nunca.
It's more like here is a slow play where we were in the lead and then we didn't quite regroup and then slowly things started to fall away from us. But we can take a look at some of the highlights of how this match played out, because the early game was definitely a different story than later on.
No, definitely. You can see this push, this aggressiveness.
¿Lanzaron los boletos o algo?
Showing, but you know what? MYS, they are trying to put up the defenses. Umbreon there ends up going down. They end up... This A9 though, look at that snow globe.
A9, I mean, this was a really, really strong show.
Pues sí, el Buswell también fue cagado ahí. Ahí cuando el Buswell ya mató, ahí era nada más que entre a por el Nightel. Pero se fue por el Blastoise.
Actually, this is exactly where things started to turn around, right? We saw the first early picks coming from
ahí los dos lo cagaron ahí, ya no pudieron hacer más.
Being able to turn everything around, and a lot of it was the Alolan Ninetales getting a ton of damage, just being in the greatest positioning on the left side of that fight, being able to pick off, I believe it was 2 or 3.
Ya el pobre Hopa ya no tuvo opción, ya tenía la gravedad, ya no llegaba, ya no hacía daño.
To the win, and then even then it wasn't over. They were still down by 150. They had to make the goals, and they did in clutch time.
It was definitely clutch indeed. Such a close matchup. But you know what? That is only the first one. There is still a chance for a comeback. But we do have our player of the game.
Mira, saquen la build, saquen la build. Ya tengo nuevo build de Zoroark.
Stacking items.
Right, and of course,
tengo nueva build de Zoroark ahora.
World's stage, but Zoroark, that's an interesting pick, as most of the speedsters will be. There are a lot of different options for speedsters that are working out very well in the current meta. We've got the Dodrio, we've got the Zoroark, we've got the Leafeon, assuming it stays unbanned, which is banned quite a bit. It could even flex down even further if we needed to see that. Not sure if there's ever going to be.
Ship, no spamé, Ship, no spamé.
I would say some overall nerfs throughout the most recent few patches is still a very, very powerful Pokemon.
Look, talking about flexing, I feel like the amount of
nada, borra por pendejo.
Their sleeves, yeah, they might be known for one Pokemon, but you know what? We don't know what they have been practicing behind the scenes. I'm really excited to see how they might switch it up from Game 1, moving into Game 2, whether these bans are going to end up different, or whether they're going to end up sticking to their guns and picking that Slowbro and Lapras once again.
I mean, it's so hard not to go for that pick. It's such a safe pick, but
what the fuck?
Again, Team Peps very well known for bringing out some of these spicy picks. I mean, both of these teams.
Ahora sí.
We did see Potato doing very
para borrar mensajes. No lo sabía.
Potato always is really fun to watch on quite a few different of these brawler type picks. We do see, of course, the shift for people who aren't as familiar with how this draft mode works. Once one game ends, they switch sides, and then the team that had the first pick is now on the second pick.
¿El Zoroark llevaba galleta?
First picks go for 2 Pokemon rather
than ¿El Zoroark llevaba galleta y pesa?
The bans for the team that gets to pick second. So we're definitely going to see a different
galleta, pesas y seguro para tener más vida y aguante.
One thing that I definitely feel like should be taken away from MIS
esa no me la sabía,
that Alolan Ninetales, as it was was really the key member to them making that comeback.
Kana, no veas el chat de YouTube.
Este año no hubo transmisión oficial en español. No hubo en español. Esta vez estoy yo mirando tranquilo. Andamos mirando acá un ratico. Nos tocó mirar en inglés. Prácticamente. Vale, vamos a la siguiente partida. Team Peps versus Team Miss, ¿no? No me acuerdo.
Solo en competitivo lo llevan con galleta porque lo deletean al instante XD.
Throughout this weekend, but that means that first pick could be that Lapras, it could be the Inteleon, it's whatever Peps wants.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Or we do see
vale, los de Twitch pueden hacer ya las apuestas que quieran.
Switch there, and it does end up being Lapras. Look, obviously, first pick, Umbreon last
en YouTube, ahí les dejo.
It is a smart choice to pick up that Lapras.
Vale, vamos viendo. Banea a ver a Team Peps, banea a Umbreon. Por otro lado, Team Miss banea a Glowbro. Voy a ser de comentarista, voy a ser de comentarista.
And now seeing the Hoopa and the Urshifu picked up, I think that's another very common set of, especially like the first set of picks for the second team. They do kind of combo well together.
En el anterior fue Team Peps quien llevó el Urshifu, ¿no?
Everything about it, but we were talking about speedsters before. We got that Leafeon.
We do have that Leafeon in place of the Zoroark, so it does free it up for MYS to pick it on up. But we had talked about this. Obviously, now that Team Peps, they have that spot, they have actually gone and yoinked that Alolan Ninetales for themselves.
I think that's a great choice. Alolan Ninetales really, I gotta say, I feel like it fits in almost every single comp. It's almost never gonna be that bad, but hold on. Is this, we're going over some interesting picks here. Peps has a lot of different options for stuff that they can go for. It's all going over speedsters right now. It's speedster roulette. We're going double speedster with the Dodrio.
Se fue la encuesta, claro que se fue la encuesta, si no, no puede haber la encuesta cada rato.
Run at him and hope for the best.
That's certainly a strategy, and it looks like that's what they're going to be going for. The Mew picked up the other side. I would say a very kind of base meta team with the double defender, the Trevenant, and the Blastoise on the side of Team MYS to close things out. And that Mew, which we actually haven't seen quite as much of today, but wow, this is a team from Peps. They're going to run it down.
Oh, they're definitely going to run it down with that triple-headed bird. But you know what? I spy a Mew Foxy. Foxy,
voy a eliminar la encuesta.
Cannot wait to see how they perform on this stage.
Mew is definitely one of those pop-off Pokemon, always so fun to see. But here we go, Team MYS up one game. Can they pull through? Will Team Peps tie it up in game number 2? Take it away.
Tienen 5 minutos para hacer la predicción.
And yeah, Team Peps needs this one, and in some ways, so does TTV, so does MJK. They want this to go to a third game right here, so it's a little easier to move on through this group stage. Again, all of these games mattering so much. When you take a look at these two team compositions right here, Doob Snacks, I mean, what do you favor? Because I feel like Pep's team looks like my solo queue teammates, and we're in a lot of trouble.
That's exactly kind of where my mind was going. But that's one thing that's fun, and what's great about watching Team Peps is they are not afraid to throw anything at the wall in these big-time situations to see what sticks. And they've certainly drafted themselves something more throwing at the wall.
A ver, aquí vemos a ver en Team Miss, tenemos a un Trevenant, Urshifu, también tenemos un Hoppa, un Squirtle y un Mew, ¿no? En el otro, en Pep tiene un Dodrio. Sí, ¿no? La Lapras está aquí abajo. El de Ghost. Qué pendejo. ¿Qué está haciendo? Ah, la mierda, ya lo atraparon, ya lo fusilaron, ya lo fusilaron. Lo fusilaron al pobre Lapras, que fue. No quitó nada, no logró quitar nada.
but of course that didn't quite pan out. So in
Pero es un
retrospect,
Lapras
what
con
did the other
repartir
teammates do? You
experiencia
have your Leafeon
prácticamente,
online,
¿no?
you have your A9 online. 2 great starts, and those are the power spikes you're looking for at level 4.
And here we go up to the top path. Cali is here with the Dodrio. We have the Leafeon, like you just mentioned. They're moving in for this fight right here. Nice big drill back. Takes it all over to the side of Team Peps.
Rapid Strike Urshifu can go deep here. Dodrio's kind of caught out. Solar Blade comes down. KO for the Hoopa now. K opener onto MYS. Here's a good start for them as Eldegoss gets engaged on, and this pressure is going in. Holy smokes.
Yeah, great stuff there from MYS. Obviously, all the experience over to the side of Peps there for the fight, but, you know, they decided to take it back in the form of KOs. Whoa!
¡Uy, qué salvada más pendeja! Se salvó a uno de vida, oye, ¿qué fue? Casi se la hacen.
Doing great on the levels leads here. Cali is still the biggest thing on the map. That's crucial for them. And now how are they going to leverage these advantages? Because eventually MYS's team scales better. They're going to catch up, and at that point in time, it's going to be a lot worse.
Yeah, you see Cali right here. I mean, still stacking up. Obviously, they stacked up in the top path early, moving back in with that drill pack. In a little bit of trouble right here, but they want those attack weight stacks so incredibly badly. They matter so much for these speedster Pokemon that scale extremely well off of their attack stack. They need to make sure that when that drill pack hits, it gets rid of something on the side of Team MYS.
Absolutely, that's going to be critical, of course. I'm looking at Iclus. They're going to have to be a hyper carry to me. We've seen them on this
Unite, ¿qué es? ¿El fluido o el otro?
Incredibly well, and this needs to be one of their best performances. On the side of Potato, we've never seen Leafeon, not only in the UCS so far, but certainly not in Potato's hands. So I'm expecting big things out of them.
Necesitar llegar a nivel 9.
You're right, Iclus just incredible. Let me tell you what, Foxy on the side of MYS really giving them a run for their money last game. I thought they weren't crowned the MVP, but they were the MVP in my heart. Just incredible spacing and damage from them. As we get ready for this fight right here, MYS just in a perfect position to take this, and it looks like Peps isn't really
se centran en el Urshifu, ¿no? Prácticamente.
Not even possibly look for a steal here.
Pero que aquí no tienen quién va a defender a Leafeon. Que Lapras no creo que defienda a Leafeon.
They closed the goal zone out, so certainly on the scoreboard. Marv in the middle trying to do what they can with the Parrish song. The fact that they didn't KO is huge in and of itself. Credit to Human here, but a lot of points.
Se lo fusiló el Mew. Ay, pobre el de Goya. ¡Oh, falló! No. La lió, hoy falló todo ese Leafeon,
goal zone just picking up KOs, shutting this goal zone down, getting their level lead back, and getting their point lead back right here.
Tremenda carrileada está pegando el Mew.
Barely making it out of that fight.
You got to give credit to Froggy there. They were the only reason that Urshifu stayed standing. Caught the perfect wood hammer on the Dodrio. Not an easy thing to do, but doing big plays on the big stage, saving their carry.
Yeah, Team Peps, you know, they are down a game right here, so they really need to put something together and figure out a way to win this thing. They have a lot of burst damage, you know, incredibly, you know, aggressive composition here from them, but it has not paid off as of yet.
Lo que sí veo que esta partida es muy simple, ¿no? O me da a entender, porque la anterior han habido varios objetivos. Este de acá ya no la veo muy simple, es decir, una partida de maestro normal, parece.
Able to pick that up with the drill pack, looking to see if they can push something in, as 4 members of Peps are actually down here at the bottom goal, and Cali staying in at the top path right there has made 2 members of MYS have to defend it.
¿Con qué va a ir ese Trevenant? Me parece que ya lo vi con Mazazo, ¿no?
Yeah, they kind of missed an opportunity there. As
¿Mazazo ya está drenaje o tú crees que vaya con
maldición? That might have been when you try and siege here, but they actually play back. They're getting ready for this basement Reggie, and we're going to see if we're going to scrap it out on this.
Yeah, and here's the question. I mean, there really is not a lot of mobility into this fight the same way there is on the side of MYS from Team Peps right here. We're going to see what they can do, because we know this Hoopa Unite can bring the team in at any moment. The question is, when do they want to do it, as they're actually sieging this top goal zone right now?
I mean, classic Hoopa play here. You've got your Hoopa with
La atraparon al... ¡Ah! Unai, qué pendejo. Se la hizo buen timing, Buen timing. ¡Oh! Y se lo fusilaron. Vale, es girito con el otro, ¿no? ¿Cómo se llama el ataque de la lluvita esa? No. Es que yo, como te digo, el Apras no va a tener suficiente para defender al Lefion y al Niter. Y el Dodrio se va a ir por en su bola. Pero medio que lo tiene ahí un poco chungo. El Ego tampoco va a estar ahí haciendo nada.
Kana, ¿cómo que? ¿Cómo que es?
Dirección, digo, el Lefion. Perdón. Pero igual, lo que digo está prácticamente lo que va a pasar. La miércoles. Se hizo una doble ese Lefion. No, ya la cagaron ahí. Ay, aguanta. What the fuck? ¿Qué pasó ahí?
Incredible stuff there from Potato, and like you said a little
¿Qué pasó ahí? Esa no me la esperaba,
Used competitively. The real question is, what is Leafeon going to bring to this meta right here? And you can see just heading in with that solar blade.
Vale, tiene masazo. ¿Cuál es la otra habilidad que tiene? Debe de tener hasta, porque si no ya hubiese activado.
I mean, that is their howitzer that they have on their side. The rest of their damage is a big pop, and if they can do it all in tandem, then they do have an opportunity. We just saw right there, this Trevenant going down 20 seconds left.
Miércoles, hoy, pero ese Lefion que le tiene. Está totalmente preciso.
Looking incredible right here at the start of this Rayquaza. Obviously, we have 10 seconds still Rayquaza. Reg Ice hits the bottom of the map, but nobody wants anything to do with it because there's a big important objective heading into this central area right here. This is huge for Peps. They need a win. They are ahead right now, but they cannot get caught out in a bad way in this fight. Leafeon cannot go down. Dodrio cannot go down to a mistake right here, or they are going to lose this thing. MYS is ahead one game, so they may take the aggressive position here and just start taking.
Es que no les conviene ahí, el Lefion va. No, ¿qué es eso? Blastoise marca, no marcó Blastoise.
Blastoise not able to put the points in, so Team Peps still ahead right
Cali still hiding out there at about.
Si Blastoise marcaba, hacían algo. Ya no le dio para eso. Unai, Kirito, es lo que digo, ¿ves? Se ha ido. ¡Oye! Lo volteó ese Lefion del diablo. Lo volteó el Lefion del diablo. Ya estaba ahí muerto. Y de la nada se murieron todos. Va a tener que esperar al estreno. Rayo solar ahora. Ay, no, ya no se podía.
That sunlight in half, and now Pep seal this thing up. They've got all the shields.
Ya no se podía, ya ese rayo
they're going to be able to try to run some points in. They're already ahead on the scoreboard, so right now Team MYS has to not only score, but they have to look out for these shields. They want to stop every member of Peps while at the same time trying to figure out some way to score right here. Nice big play from Leafeon, but they're not able to make it in. Shield broken, huge wood hammer. Leafeon goes down, but Peps scoring in that bottom path and continuing the push, scoring in their main goal with only 15 seconds left. We have Mew pushing towards the goal right now, but it does not look like they're going to be able to do it. And here comes another 100 points for Peps as they take game number 2.
Peps looking good. I love how Marv sandbagged in the middle. You send in Potato, who has a harder time scoring on themselves. If they get in,
Era que focusean a Lefion ahí. Se fueron a por el otro y no lo focusearon a Lefion. Fregados, fregados.
And Peps just even this thing up with a composition that is truly a Peps composition.
Yeah, incredible stuff there from Peps. And we wondered what was going to happen with that Leafeon. We didn't know if it was going to be a big difference maker. Early on in the match, it felt like it really wasn't putting in the work. And that's when you expect Leafeon to shine. But we saw huge moments as the game went on. We're going to throw this thing back over to Kello and Wonder Chef to break it all down. Take it away.
No, perdió el otro equipo por más Lefion se cargó todo, huevón. El Lefion literalmente construyó solar, conchas mal, pero
lo sacó a la mierda todo.
Ya rápido, copia una build de Lefion. Y es que no tienen medalla todos. Es puro esto.
se fueron los putos que canjearon a Team
flip the switch. I mean, you can even see that we had that flat line from MYS at the end there.
Yeah, there was an attempt, but
ganó el MYS.
No, creo que ganó el
split pretty evenly across the side of Team Peps.
Sí, el Team Pips ganó.
No, en esta.
En esta ganó Team Pips.
Pero el anterior no había ganado.
No, había ganado mi.
No me dijo, no me dijo. Creo que también digo, que ganó el anterior. No.
No, están 1-1. Ganaron mis. Pero es que esa huevada que hicieron también.
Ah, sí, ganó Mims, ganó Mims.
You know, anything can happen, but my goodness.
Ganó Mims.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like you need that many Pokemon to take them lives, I think. But this was just honestly a brawl of a match. Just fights over and over. And I mean, hey, that is exactly what you want to do if you are Team Peps going into exactly this type of comp, right? It's going to be very aggressive, but honestly, from both sides. So I love the fact that we're going to see yet another Game 3. I feel like we've seen Game 3s actually every single time so far.
Look, the thing is, this is the World Championship, Chef. I feel like we're going to end up seeing a lot of round 3 situations here today. But even then, look at this team fight right here. Obviously, you have the Hoopu.
No, es el World Championship de Pokémon Unete. Por eso estamos aquí prediciendo y tanta cosa. Estamos viendo los equipos. ¿Cuántos equipos van a jugar hoy día?
En mi campeonato Worship.
And then it was the Solar Beam in the end, which was a great call. Or I'm sorry, not Solar Beam, but Solar Blade. And that was a very scary situation. That could have easily gone either direction. You do not want to leave a Mew up of all Pokemon to be able to try and steal that secure.
¿A qué hora me río del chiste? Tengo que salir a buscar.
El Apra, miren al Apra.
No, me escuchen esto. Acabo de romper mi televisión de la rabia. TDB ilustrando me avergonzaron enfrente de mi familia. Mis 2 hijos están llorando, asustados por mi ira mientras camino temblando por la habitación. No puedo soportar eso, ya me da justicia porque estoy a punto de una locura. Oye, ya el código de estación, huevón.
¿Cómo?
Ya el código de estación, ¿qué mierda?
A ver, ¿cuál es el código de estación? Pásalo al disco.
TTP. Dice que tenemos que verlo en otro canal, en nuestro propio cuenta de Twitch nos está dando supuestamente.
¿Cuál?
Estamos la foto, mira, no es mío, no es mío. Mira, la Will de la Plascopena. Mira. Otro no tengo disco,
that's going to dish out that damage, right?
Yeah, honestly, with how strong defenders are right now, you know, we've been talking about the defender meta. I feel like you could make an entire team of defenders that is like a defender slash something. You know, you can have the support.
Era repartir experiencia, tinta focus y la cuchara.
Defender, attacker, right?
Creo que tenemos que verlo en Clip Hero, creo.
¿Cuál?
These kind of tanky choices is they're going to be definitely flexing in.
Está jugando en el grupo
Game number 3, and we've seen some different strategies on both sides.
¿Pero dónde tendríamos que verlo? Para que nos den eso.
Mira, está jugando el otro equipo, mira,
A ver, manda el enlace.
That's the thing, it is only their first time on stage here. You've got to be happy, you've got to be relaxed. You cannot fold under that pressure, those nerves. You do not want them to get to you.
¿Qué equipo es ese?
All these smiles. It's lovely. Obviously, the team D.
Vaya a ser que Team Perú ya haya jugado.
What they're going to choose next, whether once again we'll end up seeing that double defender band, or whether we'll end up possibly seeing a sneaky speedster band.
I mean, the scary thing is, even if you ban one of the speedsters,
no, creo que está jugando los chinos, creo.
Este
es de Japón, pero es lo que son nacionales.
There are other strong picks, so the draft currently is very difficult for every single team. The thing is, you can tell for sure that Peps, they're like, yeah, we were feeling this, it was working, we're good, and now it's time for you know, our opponents to be the ones that have to kind of readapt. After the first game, they were the ones who had to, but yeah, the mental game is going to be so huge here.
No tengo a nadie en YouTube.
They're just chilling. They're just feeling good.
Puede ir a YouTube.
I do feel like if they get the opportunity to, they will probably go a somewhat similar comp. I don't think they're just going to randomly go something else, because that did work really well. But if there is, exactly like you said, you know, if they do try to start targeting out the speedsters, like maybe there's a speedster ban and then they pick a speedster that's really strong, we might see some sort of flex over, and it's like, you're just giving us space, and we're going to be happy with that too.
A ver, envía el código, envía el código.
So many choices, so many questions. The roster that we have currently in Unite, you know, you might ban one, you might pick up one, but there's so many other things to fall back on.
That's right, but here we go. Draft for game number 3. One of these teams is going to be up a game again. Another one's going to be in a really tough position to try to qualify out of groups. And it looks like we are going to have the double defender ban. None of the
Chao Slowbro, chao Mr. Slowbro. Slowbro y Umbreon baneado.
There's some very strong double speedster play from Team Peps, but I think maybe there's a reason too why we're seeing the Umbreon ban from them. If they want to go that strategy,
a las 11:15 AM.
Especially if they do happen to go like Dodrio, for example.
But the thing is, obviously, because it is an Umbreon and Slowbro ban, once again,
no jodas con Star.
Strong defender on the table, and
Team 3 Star.
No, man.
Después.
Hoy no jodas, le mandaron con uno fuerte.
Y con joven también se enfrentan.
Puta madre, Perú ya fregó, Y mi predicción también se fue a la mierda.
Almost any other core of Pokemon in the game, and it will work out because they're just that solid. But on the other side, we're seeing some returns to old stuff. We're going to see the double defender here, actually, with the Trevenant. Not as common, I think, with the Lapras.
No, not as common, but you know what? Having, obviously, your Umbreon and your Slowbro taken out, it does leave Blastoise there, but you know what? Alolan Ninetales is going to the side of MYS once again.
Pokémon World.
Tenemos que buscar Pokémon World, but we're going to take that back. Otherwise, look at this. We have Leafeon being selected again.
Pokémon en directo, Pokémon Unite en directo.
¿Lo tienes ahí? A ver, ponlo.
Sí, aquí lo tengo, No, pásalo. Ahí está. Tenemos que verlo y ya luego ni nos subimos en Twitch. Ah, también están en Twitch. Ahí está, quizás, ver detalles. Tenemos que ver durante 30 minutos en Twitch.
Vale, habrá que cambiar, pues.
You're gonna have that obviously in that backline, I reckon, solar blading away, or solar beaming away, and then obviously just this front line that they have the issue with the Snorlax, it's gonna be hard to get through them.
You call solar blade beam blade, I call blade beam. It's just all sun rays in one way or the other. It just works out. But here we go. Back to some more normal comps. Game 3, once again, as Spriggles and Doom Snacks take us to a winner.
Oh boy, and a winner is coming. 3 between these two teams. Obviously, so much is decided inside of this group stage by who wins any of these exchanges. This going to a game 3 is probably good for both MJK and TTV because that's going to mean we've got some even scores across the board. But whoever wins this is in a power position inside this group. Really interesting competition once again from the side of Peps, where I'm looking over at MYS, and I really like what they're bringing to the table here. It looks extremely formidable.
What MYS is bringing to the table, incredibly formidable, but same with Peps. I mean, they took the goofy shoes off from game 2, they put on their loafers, let's do something a little bit more normal here. And they've got, again, a lot of comfort picks on both sides for these teams. So it's going to come down to a skill factor, a coordination factor.
No sé, vete donde dice más información, todas las campañas
I like it when Peps has their goofy shoes on because they do some really incredible stuff with it right here.
Aquí te va a salir, mira, estás en el canal de Twitch, ¿no? Te va a salir esta cosa.
that seems to get a lot of priority between these two teams is that Alolan Ninetales getting stolen back and forth throughout this series. Potato now already level 4, looking for some of those security.
Tienes que hacerle clic y te va a dar pato.
The range that this Leafeon has with that move is amazing. It allows them to stay like mid-distance, out of trouble, doesn't have to go too deep to get those, and can poach a lot from the outside of the map. And I really think that's why Potato prefers it. Similar to Wesville, when it poaches wild Pokemon and puts it on your side of the map, it does it without putting yourself up front and center.
See Reeboks right here. It looks like they're hiding in this tall grass, waiting to decide where they're going to go. Possibly, no, they're grabbing the speed berry, heading down to this bottom path right here, seeing if they can pick up a KO. All that looks like it was taken on the side of Peps. And the bottom path, it looks like it was just cleaned up, and everybody went their separate ways. Everyone not engaging in a big fight yet.
Yeah, not at all. You know, finally taking over the
te da 10 de velocidad, 10 de velocidad, 10 puntos de velocidad y te quita 10 de ataque y 10 de defensa.
No K openers quite yet as we're moving through and they're going to score. Solar Blade tries to stymie that, it doesn't quite work, but now they're getting collapsed on. They're moving around here. Nice wicked blow for the engagement follow-up. Still everybody's standing right now. I can't believe no KOs have gone down. This might be the first of Reeboks in trouble, and just a little pot shot to the jaw gives the K opener over Peps.
Yeah, incredible stuff from Peps. They picked up a Blissey KO as well throughout that fight. Potato able to make that happen here in the top half. His points are now raining in. Leafeon heading on home. And no one's here by the bees except old Caligula. They take them all down. Oh, here comes the Blizzard Avalanche. Taking the big one, actually.
Taking the big one, but I think that's a final song for
Yo voy a
not getting
presumir
KO'd, not having
el
to
orgullo
scrap, getting
máximo, algo
forward the
imposible de
Swablu. You can
conseguir.
have
Yo tengo Samper en medallas, yo tengo Samper en
And
medallas.
here we go, 7:40 on the clock right now. And this is just a
La
moment where
medalla de
everyone's
Lucian
looking for any
Dorado,
piece of
esa mierda
experience
es
that they can
imposible.
find on the board right here. We can see
Dorado,
this
jaja, qué
Zoroark
risa.
once again getting extremely aggressive into the central area here of Peps. It looks like they're hiding and waiting
Lucian
for that
Dorado,
buff. And now they are moving up to the top
que los
path here,
japoneses no
looking to pick up a big
están
KO
narrando
on
nada.
Leafeon, and
Los japoneses también
They do,
silenciosos,
and they get
están todos
it
en activo
quickly.
el
As I'm
chat.
looking across the board, it looks like Peps has got the Las Vegas strategy of Season 1 going. 3 players at level 7
en Japón, en los
the
que son
first
torneos, en lo
objectives
que
hit
es
the
japonés no
map
narra
and
nada.
actually make that an upgrade. We've got Cali on
Voy a
level 8.
presumir,
So
tengo
yes, that was
toda
a
la
great
capa
KO
de
by
campeón
Reeboks, but now
dorado.
we're starting to splinter this wood on the side of MYS as the Trevenant goes down to who else? The Wicked Blower, Shifu.
And here we go.
De hecho,
Actually,
las medallas
almost a
de
level
Mew
8
y
here for Leafeon. They do just
Mewtwo
tick
sirven.
right
Te
over, so they
quitan
have the
100
Synapse moves.
DPS,
They
pero
move
te
down
bajan el
towards
cooldown
Regice. Nice big
bastante.
razor leaf moving
Hoy
in with the
todos
Solar
están haciendo
Blade as
Pokémon
well, trying to
Unite,
pick it
Pokémon
on
Unite,
up, but it's
Pokémon
secured
Unite,
by the side of
Pokémon
MYS.
Unite.
That
También les
was
recomendamos
a
Pokémon Unite,
absolute
Pokémon Unite, Pokémon
collateral
Unite,
damage.
Pokémon
Blizzard
Unite, Pokémon
Avalanche
Unite,
smothered
Pokémon
all
Unite,
of Peps,
Pokémon
and
Unite,
after
Pokémon
that,
Unite,
it
Pokémon
was
Unite, Pokémon
Fisher
Unite.
Price for that Zoroark to go in and clean up. And
Ahorita
now
Knight
for
está jugando
Peps, all they
rugby,
have to do
creo.
is try to
Están todos
maintain
en
this
el
goal
mundial.
zone to the best of their ability. The fact that it's sitting on 15, I think is a blessing in disguise for them.
Yeah, here we go. Big 38 coming in. No, 40 possibly from the Alolan Ninetales. Yes, they are able to put it in right there. That puts MYS up 132 to 67. Snorlax in no man's land, getting taken down on the side now of MYS. Great fighting from MYS. Even with that Unite move coming in from Leafeon, they were able to take this. And look at that. Goal zone going down with only a 3 overcap.
Using the Unite move to get the Zoroark. Big Wicked Blow comes through on the follow-up, and no Solar Beam from Ickless can close the door on that. But here comes Potato. They want it, and they dump their Solar Flame and get KO'd that effort. Yikes, Yemu able to flip the script quickly with a Perish Song and a nice little attack on their own side.
Yeah, MYS looking fantastic right here, getting out of a very sticky situation as Cali has found themselves the target now of MYS. 4 members of their team up here in the top path as they are pushing onto this goal zone. I don't know if the Solar Blades are going to be enough. Here comes the Bless Assistance as they push towards this fight, looking for Cali, and they find them.
Yeah, off what else but that Blizzard Avalanche combination. Everything, the key to the castle for MYS is this Alolan Ninetales. Foxy looking good again on the Fox, and they're getting it done. And now it's just absolute MYS pressure being put on Peps. And I hate to say it, they're not responding well.
No, they are not responding well. They need to do something about this Alolan Ninetales, but look at that iron wall on the side of MYS. A Lapras and a Trevenant in the face of Peps, moving towards them once again. Huge wood hammers coming out.
debería dormir.
Lo debe mundializar. Once again, Snorlax Marv is just, I mean, it's just in such a weird position here for the team.
That is way past the front line, if you want to say so here. The Leafeon getting caught. Potato trying to make it happen, forced out the Unite move. They hit the button and they got deleted instantly. Not too sure what they thought was going to happen there. Nice little chip up by the slow bar. The fact that they're able to get that on a heavy slam. Here's Hoopa with the big stun. This is an opportunity to flip the script. First player person down. Can they leverage that? They take the red dice downstairs. Zorak isn't here, but they have to keep this pressure on. You've got to get this Lapras down. The pair song is out, and the follow-up is massive. 2 players are down, and all of a sudden MYS doesn't even care about a Rings Unbound mythical Pokemon. We are pushing this thing.
MYS once again just pushing in the face of Peps right here.
144.000 personas, 144.000 puntos han tirado a todos para MYS y 169.000 para Peps. 35.000 personas.
MYS dominating this match so far.
Yeah, what was fairly close 2 minutes in has skewed heavily in the favor of MYS. They're up on levels now. If they insulate themselves a little bit, don't hemorrhage any of that comeback experience we talked about to the hands of Peps, they're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, they need to do something right here on the side of Team Peps. They need to pick up a couple big KOs. Obviously, the targets are the Alolan Ninetales and the Zorak. It's going to be really hard to KO an over-leveled Lapras on the side there of Team MYS.
Yeah, one of the biggest characters, not only on the map, but on MYS as well. Solar Blade comes through to keep that spore from going in. That Perish song has been hitting all the right notes. And of course, they have to collapse on top of it. They're only able to get half of Lapras' HP down. They, you know, cruise on out of there.
Yeah, they are able to just pull on out of there after a nice little fight. Not able to score any points, but they're up by over 100 right now. Peps is down, but not out. They have to figure out something here, though. It doesn't feel like they can win a fight.
Yeah, so we're talking about, you know, the strategy that Human uses when they're on the opposite side of the map to protect goal zones. That doesn't work as well when your team's this far behind. Now we need heals and we need you to help reset. Nice little Phantom Force into their own Hoopa portal to catch that reset themselves and buy some time. They decide not to come back through because right now they need to protect themselves and they need to figure out a plan in 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, this is really tough for Team Peps. It just feels like they keep running into a wall right here, and that's every tanky Pokemon on the side of MYS. While at the same time, not picking up big KOs on Zorak, not picking up big KOs on the Alolan Ninetales. Something is going to need to happen for them big time in this final fight. MYS is taking this series.
Absolutely. They're dealing with your Reggie Electric well. This basement Reggie is going to go to MYS for free. And all I'm looking at Peps is saying, what do you have in your bag of tricks? Because now's the time to pull it out here in the game 3.
They need a massive catch. They have to catch one of these 2 Pokemon. They have to catch Alolan Ninetales. They have to catch Zorak, or possibly catch Blissey before it throws that Unite move. It's just such a tough position for Peps to be in. Down by over 100. They may be able to make some sneaky scores happen, as MYS does not need to take Rayquaza off the map right now. But obviously you can see Peps is pushed all the way back into their central area as they're moving around looking to see who they can find on the side of MYS. The Trevenant knocked up right there, but safely healed up a couple of big, delicious eggs, and they are right back to full health.
The thing that Peps has in their pocket is they do have stronger secure tools on their side. Between the Mew, between the Urshifu, they can really find their way in and make it happen. But they got to start doing something because there's only 120 left in this one.
You can see a nice big boosted attack onto that Trevenant, but once again, they have the heals on the side of that Blissey. I'm wondering if they're trying to get rid of all those eggs, just see how much damage they can output before this fight actually starts. Cali possibly looking for a square here at the top of the moving into the central area, just getting some vision. They now see the Lapras here, and they know they're behind. They're going to need to make a play. There's only a minute left in this game, and Peps needs to do something. Here comes the Hoopa Unite move.
I think they're going to rip this thing. They're going for the background. Cali scores. They're going to be able to get this Hunterburger in. This Lapras is pulling. They actually jump through the portal before they do score. Everybody's smothering on top. Trevor Unite comes out. 1 player down for Peps. The push is going on. Can they catch Human? They do. KO Shrika 2, and they're going to keep going. Zorak gets 3. They're going to move forward. Can they get out? This Rayquaza is so low. They're going to get 4 players down for Peps. Are they going to get the whole ace to close this thing out? Rayquaza goes down. Shrika 4. You know, Sparkles, 10, Jack, Queen, King, guess what, son? That's an ace, baby.
No, pero han dado muertos,
here in game 3.
No llega ni en pedo.
Se
lo matan, si lo matan, ¿cómo se va a No, ya.
MYS is taking this thing. They win game number 3, and they are looking good in their group. MYS ahead.
What a show. And at that point, like you said, once you take everybody off the map, doesn't matter who has Rayquaza, you get many points in. Get there to put them in.
Just not enough that they could do in that moment. Obviously, Peps put up the best fight that they could, but it felt like they just kept hitting this wall of MYS. There really was nothing they could do to get through those defenses. They couldn't pick up enough KOs. They went for a Hail Mary, secure there on Rayquaza. Even that, after they got it, everyone was down.
The thing that is going to just chew at the heels of Peps for the rest of the day is Cali was halfway through their scoring cycle with that Hundo burger before coming through the portal. They snapped through when they thought they needed to. If they actually put those points in, it would have caused perhaps a different scramble, a different approach of MYS. Maybe putting them on the back foot and being able to leverage that. Hindsight forever 2020 Spriggles, and in this one, MYS has the foresight because they got themselves a big win in Game 3.
There we go. MYS fans in the crowd right there. Very, very happy to see this result as they go 2-1 over Team Peps in this group stage. You take a look at our scoreboard right here. You can see MYS really ahead the entirety of that match. It felt like MYS's game to lose, and they did not do that.
Yeah, it almost feels like the first time we've seen that today, right? A team take it from bell to bell, take the lead, keep the lead, secure the lead within the game. MYS getting it done. It took them a couple games to get that strategy locked in, but in Game 3, they certainly looked solid. Let's take a look at the numbers on this one here. Pretty good. Pretty good as we're looking across the board. Yemu as the Lapras leading the charge right behind Foxy, and that A9 was a big difference maker.
Yeah, I feel like the Alola Ninetales, it's interesting. Which side had the Alola Ninetales was the side that won each match. So obviously that was a power Pokemon for both of these teams. MYS game 2, and then here we have MYS taking this thing here in game number 3 with that Alola Ninetales. We take a look at some of the big moments throughout this match. Nice big catch there on the Leafeon.
Yeah, and it was really the MYS show back and forth. We saw the short signs of life out of Peps, but this was that big engagement that Team MYS was able to take. It was off the back with the Alola Ninetales, the Blizzard Avalanche combination, chipping 3 players from Peps, and then Rebongs was able to step in and clean up all of that.
As we were watching this match, I just felt like I never saw an opportunity for Peps to come back here, and I really feel like they were completely overdrafted here in this game. It just feels like they were going into a team composition that was so incredibly difficult for them to deal with.
Se combinaron porque TTV peleó contra MJ, así que pues a menos que le toque con Luminosity porque se están cambiando.
Yeah, we're just looking at that Hoopa Unite out of Human, and that was the beginning of the end to me. They used their Unite move. It was a 4-on-3, they get the stun, they get the first KO, and the Lapras comes up and turns everybody around, gets all the KOs. Come on, and here we have the attempt that you mentioned, but attempt is all we can actually call it.
I mean, look, Cali was able to get this secure. You see it here in this
Por
one.
eso,
Habrá llegado el momento de retar.
Everyone is down. As soon as MYS saw that Peps was trying to rip this thing down, they turn on him, they go to fight. Massive snow globe Unite move from the Alola Ninetales, and they take a huge victory right there. Obviously, they are feeling good. They didn't want that series to go to a game number 3, of course, because their record really matters here in this group, especially after we saw TTV head to a game 3.
Absolutely, and now it's going to come down to which team can actually run through the gauntlet of this group stage and secure this thing the easy way, which is a 3-0. Don't leave it up to tiebreakers, don't leave it up to other results, just go on and win these games. MYS kicking it off pretty right.
Yeah, they are. And now we can see right behind me, actually right there, Wonder Chef is on stage for an interview. Rebongs, take it away.
All right, thank you so much, and congratulations. What a nail-biter of a set. That was been very stressful.
Estamos aquí viendo el mundial. Le toca a Perú, le toca a Perú.
Bueno, eso creo, porque si no le toca al otro equipo que son los acá.
A ver si gana, porque aposté por él, mano.
Yo también, igual apostamos todos a Perú. Perú, campeones.
Chao. Ah, porque digo una notificación.
Oh, no me llegó el drop,
Tienes que ver 30 minutos el stream, pe.
Ya llevaba más de 30 minutos.
No.
How do you feel about your region in general, not just West or
¿Ya
East, but maybe
reclamaste tu
combined even?
medalla de
Well, I guess I'll speak
medalla
for region.
plateada?
¿De Sacia?
¿O
Aún
se me-
no. Estoy que la he reclamado
No, no,
recién.
no,
¿Ah?
la
Recién no
medalla
está
esa de New y Newton.
Ah, esa sí,
La
esa sí.
platina, creo.
No, ahora hay otra de Sacian, pero tienes que entrar al Twitch de estos y entrar a su drop. Pero ya
Sí,
lo han
le toca a
desactivado.
Perú. Le toca a Perú, creo.
Ya lo han desactivado el drop ya.
No, está sin el drop todavía.
No me sale ahora el drop.
Tienes que esperar, pues.
Exvaspe.
Ay, a ver cómo juega. Yo me despido por mientras.
Kana quejón ni te cuente cómo son nuestras
Ah, no.
rankeds.
A solo Esports y Lumite. Uy, le toca a Papi Overlord. Chucha.
Vale, parece que les tocan los primeros de cada serie, Les toca, de cada grupo le salen los primeros.
Ah.
¿Me entiendes? Sí, porque mira, date cuenta, el G... aunque mira, sale dos veces Team Luminosity. Dos veces
Pues
sale.
de Lumini le toca jugar contra Esports, así que después de eso va a venir... Va a jugar, ¿cómo se llama esto? Perú va a jugar, sí. Después de Lumini va a jugar Perú.
Exvaspe. Twitch dice. Aún no llega el momento de Perú XT.
Bueno, yo me retiro por mientras. Ahorita vengo.
Oye, no, aún esperemos, a ver. Mega Mewtwo X. ¿Nos dará tiempo para una partidita? Vale, 4 minutos. 4 minutos para el siguiente, ¿no? Vamos a ver. Hoy todos transmitiendo. Está por aquí, a ver, segundo día aproximado en espera, dice, ¿no? Primer día. Aquí hay alguien que está hablando. Vamos a bajarla acá.
僕が、2019に使った、ブレスコンナショナル
Vale, este es el de cartas, ¿no? Están que juegan el de cartas, ¿no? Este es el de cartas. Yo quiero ver el tournament debe de estar ahí. Espérate. ¿Qué será este? Espérate, para ver videos. Sí, aquí está. World Champion.
Got onto the Cresselia and then just stomping Tantrum onto the Iron Hands. I think that was a really smart way to say, okay, you know what, Iron Hands has fake out pressure, I position it well now.
Vale, este es el BG. El Go todavía, Pokémon Go.
That it was going to be the purified Sableye in the back because there's really not many other things. The usage of and crit, but actually coming into the.
This is surely going to be enough. This is going to be a lot of work for the Lickitung here in the back.
Yeah, Azuma, one of the staples of Pokemon Go PvP, so strong, and now pivoting over to that rock side. Actually, I don't think this rock side is enough, though, to take out the Lickitung. Can you farm down with lick damage and get to a power whip? It looks like probably not, but putting the Lickitung so low on health, I think maybe just one bubble away, and this Azuma is going to finish the job against the Lickitung from Rioja.
So close down the stretch there. Maybe if you were able to bait with the body slam, get the protect shield, and then almost have that
que
power.
Llora el pobre. A ver, vamos a ver. Yo quiero el de tournament, el tournament. A ver si hay el tournament. Ese sí me gustaría. Espérate. TGC. No. Aún inicia, no ese. Ta. ¿Qué es esto, bueno? ¿Trailer de qué? Paldea Mund. A ver, vamos a ver. Aún quedan 2 minutos, Bueno, 1 minuto prácticamente, ¿no? Queda un minuto, vale, ahí está. Nos queda un minuto. Vale, seguro que habrán cambiado.
Collapse on who? They're still playing in the middle. Auto goes down. He TTV takes Rayquaze up. Ender hops up. Ender tries to score. But the points didn't go in. 64 points going for TTV.
Aprendí a Minecraft. Maravilloso verlo.
Welcome back to the Pokemon Unite World Championships here in Yokohama, Japan. Our group stage is well underway, and now we're going to see two more incredible teams on stage. Coming up very soon, we have S8UL Esports and Luminosity.
Look, we have talked about Luminosity being the world champs from last year. They have been on this big stage before, but S8UL, what are they going to bring to the table?
I can't wait. We don't have to wait too long, but we do want to have an update on Group G. I believe we have something we can throw up on the screen to take a look at and see where these teams are sitting right now. So Luminosity has yet to play their first time on the stage today, but Time to Shine earlier on the B stage. If you're checking that out on YouTube, we do have a B stage footage running there for you. But Time to Shine winning 1-0, putting S8UL Esports 0-1 so far in the group. They're looking to change that right now.
Now, this is going to be interesting depending on who comes out on top out of this match. Obviously, we do have Luminosity and Time to Shine that still need to battle out against each other, but obviously it comes down to this match first.
This is going to be such an important game. I mean, it feels like a cornerstone of the group. Of course, Time to Shine having a good start, winning 1-0 against S8UL, but now Luminosity needs to do the same if they want to keep pace with Time to Shine. And actually, after this match, I believe we have Time to Shine versus Luminosity. So we're going to see the conclusion of a group very, very soon already, which is very exciting, but we're not going to get there without talking about this game first. S8UL Esports versus Luminosity. Of course, S8UL representing India, a region that we haven't talked too much so far on broadcast yet. We haven't had them on main stage, but here we go.
Yes, so over on S8UL Esports, we have
All
Snowy, Rex, Badger, and All Might. I wonder if they're going to be almighty today.
I'm excited to see the India smash. It's going to be fantastic to watch. I mean, this team has been really, really strong in terms of their region. They looked fantastic in their regional finals. They were dominant, had a great win, earned themselves their spot here at the World Championships. And we actually have a method to take a closer look at this team. Let's get to know them with this team profile.
Hello everybody, we are Team S8UL from India and we are here to try to perform good in Worlds.
As you guys know, we are also from the Asia region, which is known to be chaotic and do stuff which is not conventional to MOBA and which might not be the same for NA or EU. So it's the same way, but we are trying to adapt to the conventional style of MOBA as well. So we are trying to bring in more discipline in the team, but still sometimes you see those aggressive plays or the X-Factor kind of plays in the team anyways. So we are trying to balance both the stuff out.
So one word to describe everyone in team is oblivious,
Twitch dijo:
anxious,
cuando jueguen todos los de Latinoamérica voy a reconocer a varios XDD.
So we have played a lot against Asian teams and we got swept in Asia Champions League. But now we want to see how we do against Western teams and EU regions in particular.
So winning this year's Worlds would be like a dream come true for us. Not only for our team, it will be also for our region also, because India as a region has not been able to perform well in last year Worlds or this year Asian Championship. So it would be like a very big thing.
So it's our first time in Japan. We are very excited to explore the geography, explore the culture, the food, the people, like everything we want to see it all. Okay, so now we'll pick a random question from the hat. You have 10 seconds to name as many Pokemon that are in Unite as you can. Go.
Absol, Aegislash, Tyranitar,
Charizard, Zacian, Urshifu.
Vale, está en que dicen.
Blissey, Clefable, Eldegoss.
Snorlax, Slowbro, Trevenant.
Es que fallan todos los Pokémon
Not too bad at naming the Pokemon, but what I'm really interested in that team interview that we got to see is that they are looking to play North America and EU specifically. Having some experience against Asia teams, they want their chance at the Western teams, and well, on the world's main stage, they get to play the Luminosity Gaming themselves, the current reigning world champions.
Look, one note that I must point out is that balance. That is the key. Obviously, yes, you want to have those aggressive plays, but then it's also having that discipline to know when to pull back. So we're going to have to wait and see whether they do have that discipline and it's going to pay off.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to need to when you're going up against a team the caliber of Luminosity Gaming or LG. This squad has looked fantastic. This year, they did have an interesting year of a run, one bad tournament, but other than that, a top 3 average placement throughout the season, and of course, a runner-up finish in their regional championships. And of course, if we go back a little bit farther in history, everybody knows what we're talking about. They, of course, won the World Championships in London last year.
Well, that's the thing. These are all familiar faces to us, not only in that specific region, but in the world.
Yeah.
So we have seen them time and time again. Obviously, as you said, yes, they did have that average top 3 there. You know, being able to come second in regionals is quite a massive feat there.
Absolutely. And from winner's side as well, so obviously a good start to the tournament run. I think that is a trait we could attribute towards Luminosity, starting tournaments out really, really strong, and then, you know, trying to push towards those grand finals. Now, S8UL Esports is a bit more of that question mark of a team. We don't have as much information on them, but I mean, they obviously, this is a must-win game for them. They are currently down 0-1 in their group. This is such an important match, and I mean, it's a tough opponent to go up against, but you made it to the World Championships, you know you're strong. It's time to prove it here in front of everybody.
Well, that's the thing. It's all going to come down to that prep. Have they prepped enough, knowing these routes, who they were going to be coming up against? Have they done their homework?
Yes, exactly, exactly. Now, in terms of S8UL Esports, there is a couple of players that I would really like to focus on, and I think first and foremost, it's going to be All Might. All Might playing a lot of the top half presence for this team, but is normally playing in that brawly defender style of gameplay. And we had a look at them at the start of our broadcast when they were playing a Blastoise and had some incredible moves. Honestly, really dictating the pace of the game, and more importantly, being in key positions to make sure they win. And that win got them towards that championship position in India.
Well, that's the thing. Key positions, and we have seen from these previous matches, it all comes down to that positioning of the team and everything like that. Obviously, these picks, that first section, the draft, that is so important. Yes, it all comes down to
Esme, ¿estás también viendo el torneo?
Absolutely. And I mean, in terms of presence, I think there are few players other than Overlord on Luminosity Gaming that truly showcase that level. In fact, I've been walking around talking to as many teams as I can during my breaks and things like that. I have multiple players tell me that Overlord is the player they want to play on stage. Every single time, this player carries with them just this weight of a championship behind them, and then there's a fearsome presence in front of a lot of teams. Now, Luminosity,
ahora que ha hecho Dina, ahora que ha hecho la Dina, ahora que ha hecho la Dina.
However, the ups of this team look so good. When Luminosity is in charge and in control of a match, they truly look untouchable. It's so tough to come against the Luminosity when you're coming from behind because their steamroll presence is sometimes just too much to deal with.
Luminosity, mi team dice que Luminosity va a ganar. Este de acá.
Have they got that steamroll presence, or is it just picking up that momentum to begin with? This is their warm-up round. They have to crack those knuckles and buckle on down, right? That's the thing. First game, yeah, you might get that momentum, but it's keeping that momentum going.
No, me quedo, porque estoy solito en mi chat.
Tough group, right? Only 3 teams within
Hasta que llegue mi gente.
to compete against. However, Time to Shine S8UL Esports are going to make very fierce competitors. Luminosity, though, are going to have to, you know, work on some of those issues we saw in the regional finals, which unfortunately put them in that runner-up position, but they had a lot of time to work on those. I think this is going to be the proving stage for it. Can Overlord take over? Can the coordination between them and Rin really be there? Can Curios step up into the attacker position? I honestly think this team is capable of all of that and more, but this is the time.
Gente, tenemos a la segunda copresentadora aquí, Esme, Kawaii, y tenemos a su amiga Emily. Emily.
What their team presence is all about.
I think so. They're glowing already. They're glowing on stage. They're excited to get into the game. We talked about a lot of the carry players on Luminosity Gaming. However, I think if we look back at last year's World Championships and even now, the support
Emily, según tú, ¿quién crees que va a ganar? ¿Quién es tu preferido?
Slash and Elo are two incredible mechanical players, and I know that Slash's communication in
¿Perú ya jugó?
absolutely fantastic.
No, aún no jugó.
I'm going to be looking directly at them, honestly, in part because of how impactful they are in the game, but also their draft choices. A lot of Luminosity Gaming support core draft is very indicative of how the success of their team is going to be. And Slash is on Blissey, Luminosity tends to have a lot of success, but if you get Elo, even the
quiero ver cómo juegan. Yo los estoy viendo cómo juegan.
En el equipo de... ¿En qué equipo era? Espérate.
Es que los anteriores se fueron revueltos. El anterior equipo, casi en la final que iban a ganar, se fueron todos revueltos. Se fueron todos revueltos, o sea, se dieron por separado, de vez de que se juntaran, no. El otro equipo los venció. Eso es lo que estoy viendo. Me gustó cómo jugó el Bullpick, el anterior.
¿Cuál? El anterior, ¿no?
Me gustó cómo jugó. Y a Emily también le gustó cómo jugó. Y te dije que te daras con nosotros.
No, es que en verdad iba a ser otra cosa, pero yo pensé que esto era para mañana, pero no era mañana.
Era hoy.
Sí, era hoy.
Yo pensé hasta que Emily me avisó y pues dije, voy a pensármelo verlo.
Vale, en Luminosity está Overlord, que dicen que es muy bueno.
Neo.